very successful season for Chesterton. They took down Valparaiso in their rivalry game, always a game they love to win. And 5 wins to just 3 losses. They are very solid. They're led by Hunter Boyd, their quarterback. He's just a sophomore, but he stands at 6'3", 185 pounds. 93 completed passes, over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. But their star running back, Andrew Gavea, has rushed for 780 yards with 7 touchdowns. That's a solid 1-2 punch that they have throwing and running the ball.
111 yards per game for Gavea. He's got great balance as far as passing the ball and running it.
They do have to go up against a very stout Maryville defense, winners of 5 in a row as they make their way onto the field as we speak. They started the season 1-2 with losses to Loyola Academy and Wilmette and Crown Point, but since then it's been all business for them. Portage, Michigan City, LaPorte, Valpo, and Lake Central have all fallen victim to the Pirates. Most recently, Lake Central in a game where they were close at half. It was 14-6 Maryville, and then they sort of broke that one open in St. John, never looked back. They'll be taking on him and Morton in the first round of their sectional. But Chesterton, one last test for them, probably the toughest team they've played since they played Michigan City on the 19th. They got through some teams that have been struggling this year, but Chesterton, a team that's not going to go away quietly here on the road.
Not at all. Very well coached team offensively and defensively. Look forward to it being a closely contested competition tonight.
Michael Hill, the first and only player in the region to pass over 2,000 passing yards, 2,382 is what he has so far. The only man that's even in the same stratosphere is Tristan Hart with only 1,600. He's the quarterback at Michigan City. Michael Hill leading the Pirate offense, an offense that passes the ball 60% of the time. And if you look at the leading receivers, Michael Smoot, Cameron Jordan, and Rynell Lewis, all top 5 in the region in receiving.
Michael Smoot, 16.3 yards a catch, 9 touchdowns with a 45% expectancy. So I think he's going to touch the ball a lot tonight.
What do you do if you're the Chesterton defense to try to combat a passing unit that's been so potent? Because Logan Chestovich, Peyton Dilbeck are some strong DBs for Chesterton. They have a few interceptions on the year, but what do they need to do to really slow down this Maryville passing game?
Just try to keep everything in front of them. Make sure they keep their leverage and keep their eyes out the backfield. Read the route patterns and get to where you got to get to. I think they'll have plenty of success that way.
For those that don't know, Sam was the defensive backs coach at Calumet last year before getting promoted to the defensive coordinator spot. So when he talks about defensive backs, you listen.
Appreciate it.
We'll give you tonight's Economy Electric Heating and Cooling game night forecast here from Maryville. It's 67 degrees with a humidity of 47%, a dew point of 47 degrees, and winds coming from the south at 8 miles an hour. It's decently windy tonight here from Maryville. A nice in the 60s is where I like to have my game nights. That is, I think, ideal temperature. That's been your Economy Electric Heating and Cooling game night forecast. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Both teams are about to go out for the opening coin toss.
Did you say 6'7"?
Hey, it is 67 degrees.
No pun intended. No
Sam
pun
is
intended.
cracking up over here. I believe that's what the kids say nowadays.
6'7".
So both teams are doing the ceremonial coin toss. The coin toss is actually determined earlier before both teams make it onto the field. So this is more so just a captain's meeting of, hey, I want a clean game. Good luck today, boys.
Shake hands, go to your sideline. Let's have a good one. You know, that pomp and circumstance we talked about the last time, you know.
Got to have a lot of pomp and circumstance for two teams ranked in the top 10 of the region. And this could be a potential preview of a regional championship.
They've elected to defer their choice to the second half. Maryville will receive.
So Chesterton won the toss. They will defer their option to the second half, so Maryville will start with the ball. But Maryville, heavy favorites to win their sectional. Chesterton will have to battle their fellow DAC foes, LaPorte, Michigan City, and Valparaiso, but they definitely will be one of the favorites to win that sectional, so it could be a regional preview coming up tonight.
Both sectionals for the 5A are action-packed, and it'd be beautiful to see what's going to happen moving forward. Very well-coached teams out there, very well-coached teams.
So Michael Hill and the Maryville offense will get the ball first. They got the ball first against LaPorte. Last time I got to see them play, drove right down and scored on the opening drive. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Enzo Righetti will kick it away for Chesterton. Back to return, Cameron Jordan and Curtis Walker. Number 9 versus number 2 here from Maryville High School, set to get underway. Week 9 in the region is underway.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Righetti gets it off the tee. It's an end-over-end kick caught in the end zone by Walker for the touchback. So Maryville will set up shop at the 20-yard line. Michael Hill, their explosive passer, 23 passing touchdowns on the year to just 8 interceptions. They like to throw early and often, this Maryville offense.
That's a lot of touchdowns. And I'm pretty sure he's going to try to add to that number tonight.
Hill in the shotgun with both of his running backs on either side of him, Jaquarius Johnson and Cameron Jordan, with 2 receivers set out to the left side. One tight end moves in motion to the left side of the formation. That's Rynell Lewis. We have flinching and movement up front, and I believe that will be a false start against the left tackle, Aaron White from Maryville.
5-yard penalty.
Yeah.
Remains first down.
It always happens, man. That first little play of the game, little early game jitters. Hopefully they settle down here and get it going.
White has been a strong lineman this year. The 6'1", 260-pound senior has made a lot of holes for his running backs along the left side. Same formation, they move Lewis to the left. Hill gets the snap, hands it to Jordan. Sweep runs straight up the middle, breaks to the outside, he's across the 30. He has no one back to stop him. It's a foot
out of there.
He's across the 40, across the 30. He's dragged down from behind inside the 25, and we have flags coming at the end of that play. We might get some more penalty yardage, Sam.
Looks like a horse collar there by the Chesterton defender. Well, great run. Great run. Hitting the gap, getting upfield, getting north.
63 yards on the run for Cameron Jordan. The sweep cut it back to the middle and just had a ton of room, had everyone beat, but one of the DBs caught up to him. That was Logan Chestovich, the senior, who dragged him down to the very end, saved the touchdown, but grabbed a little bit of the horse collar.
Looks like that was a little sidecar outside zone there. And he just cut up and had daylight there. Great run, great play design.
So the penalty is half the distance to the goal, and after one offensive play, Maryville is set up with 1st and 10 at the 11. Shotgun formation for Michael Hill. Gets the snap, hands it to J.Q. Johnson, running right. He runs it.
We'll pick up the first down to the 19-yard line. It's our first down of the game, brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist, and that's the short yardage package that Pete Koulianos has gone to all season long.
Yeah, every time I saw them run a quarterback sneak last week, or a tush push, as the Eagles like to call it, they've always gotten at least 2, sometimes even 3 yards off it. I mean, they've done a really good job of essentially perfecting it at the high school level. But, I mean, again, when short yardage comes, there's nothing better than a QB sneak. I think it's 92% of the time it is successful. So one of the more successful short yardage plays.
From the 19, it's 1st down and 10. Option look here, and cutting it outside. It's a good run for a different tailback here for Lake Central. That is R.J. Edwards. Edwards, who is a freshman listed as a linebacker, but there he is getting an early carry.
Yeah, they lined up in a triple option look. Quarterback read the defensive end set, immediately handed off. You have a wide open lane on the back, able to get, I believe, 6 yards there on the carry. So I like the play calling. When you've got a quarterback that's as dangerous as Reddick is with his legs, you've got to utilize that read option.
Pistol here. Reddick gives it off, and nice job there. Valparaiso ready for Ryan Cheek, the interior tackle. No gain on the play, and here comes third down and manageable again.
Yeah, and Ryan Cheek has had a really good season. He's one of their top tacklers, as well as he's leading their team with 2.5 sacks this season. This isn't a team you're going to see throw the ball a lot, but he is a difference maker at defensive tackle as a run stopper especially.
Still third down and 4. Lake Central as an offense converting it around 34.5% on third downs this season. Reddick gives it off right up the middle. It's a first down run for Jacob Turley to the 32-yard line. They move the sticks again. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Yeah, and they've stuck to their true identity of just a run-first team on this drive, and they've done a good job. 2 first downs starting on your own 5-yard line. I mean, you're doing a good job of just moving the ball, and the hard thing about playing a run-first offense, if they get a drive going, I mean, they can take a whole 12 minutes off the clock. They've already taken 4 minutes off the clock in the first quarter.
6 plays so far, all of them on the ground. Reddick has only thrown it 109 times this season. And with the play clock winding down, Pete Koulianos will take his first timeout. So will we. Lake Central, opening drive of the game. Already 4 minutes and 8 seconds gone by on the game clock. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable
by Four
service
Seasons Mechanical
with a
in
quality
Merrillville.
and comfort guarantee.
Wheeler staff going for it on 4th down.
4th and goal from the 5. They send motion to the right. Fox looks left, fires a dart to Vetical, and Vetical
Is he in? And yes, the far side official brings them in for a touchdown. Gutsy call. Great job by Vetical to get into the end zone. Stretches that arm out to get in. Great job. Good play call. What did I say, Leo? It's going to be a quick hitter. It's got to be a quick play because Griffith was blitzing a couple guys trying to get in there on Logan Fox, but Logan Fox threw a bullet right in there.
So the 8th receiving touchdown for Vetical this season. It's a 5-yard pickup. Gives Wheeler a 6-0 lead with 7:45 remaining in the opening quarter. The PAT takes a high float, and it goes through the uprights, so make it 7-0. Wheeler with the lead here with 7:45 remaining.
Pile.
I think when he landed on it, he might have not been able to hold on to it because it shot out, gave the defense an opportunity to jump on it. Good heads-up play by Turley there, seeing the ball on the ground and going for it. So, I mean, he did a good job. But, again, that's one of the hard things about when you run the ball. You start racking up some hits on you. You can sometimes drop that ball.
And this is where Valparaiso shined last week. Points off turnovers. And Hosek to throw. It's a quick hitter to the outside. Sam Bernard turns upfield inside the 15. Bernard a first down to the LC 12-yard line. It's the first play of the game. And Valparaiso picks up a first down. Brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist.
Yeah, and Lake Central there brought some pressure, running more of a softer coverage there. Valpo took advantage of it, ran a quick little comeback route. Able to get an easy first down there and even more yardage after the catch.
Good for 18 yards, the first Viking horn in the game. Chase Ludwig, the motion man. They fake it to him. They go right up the middle with Gage Finley, breaking through tackles, and Finley's to the 1-yard line. It's another first down. Brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Vikings.
Yeah, definitely a change of pace compared to the offense we just saw with Lake Central, where they were starting to grind out. I mean, a 4-minute drive to open up the game. And, I mean, this is where Valpo can take big advantage. You get the ball in their side of the field.
Finley right up the middle and in. 3 plays is all it takes, and Valparaiso strikes first.
Offensive line did a really good job there. They did more of a positioning block. You didn't really see them driving the guys off the ball. Whole goal of a position block is you're able to open up an easier run lane for your running back. your movement isn't necessarily driving the defensive lineman downfield, but more so just driving them a little bit to the side, opening that gap. And shout out to the Valpo offensive line, did a really good job making it basically a walk-in touchdown on the third play of their drive.
So now here is Trevor Faudner. He's had a couple of PATs blocked, one last week. He got that one up over the line and through. So Valparaiso points off turnovers yet again, the key theme for this offense. They had 10 last week against Portage. They have 7 here early on against Lake Central. 7:04 to play. Valparaiso 7, Lake Central nothing. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana.
In the backfield for a loss of 1.
Catone just to get back there, trip him up. It almost looked like they were going to almost setting up a wedge over there on a busted play. But good job by Wheeler. Great pursuit by the Bearcats.
So 2nd and 16 from the 28. Huyen puts a receiver in motion to the left. Takes the snap. He's looking to pass. Throws it to the left side. It's intercepted.
Oh, and it's dropped.
Welch nearly went up and grabbed it. That's what Connor Welch, the tight end who also plays outside linebacker. He could have taken that one all the way for 6, but it just carried him a little backwards and slipped out of the hands.
It looked like he jumped just a little bit too early and had to fall backwards to make the catch. And as he was falling backwards, the ball slipped out of his hand. Great read by Connor Welsh right there. Sort of baited the quarterback, thought he was open, threw it out there. Big mistake by the Panthers. Let's see if they can overcome
and now
it.
The snap goes over Buyen's head. He reels it in with one arm. There's a penalty marker. He tosses one to the left side end. Trying to make a one-handed catch was the receiver, Tedder, but there's going to be a lot to sort out here. As
looked like a holding call in the backfield. It's going to be 4th down. They're going to force him to punt here.
And that was another scary play for Griffith as that snap almost went over Buyen's head.
Well, that and then the ill-advised pass by Bullion over here to the sideline. He floated that one out there.
So the holding penalty will bring up 4th
really
down.
Great return there. You know, he cut against the grain essentially. Instead of just going straight up field, cut it to the right side of the field. Really good play there by the kickoff team. Try to shake. I'm trying to get the name, number 22 on the kickoff team. Try to shake him out of his shoes, but to no avail. He stood his ground, wasn't able to get many more yards. That was Ethan Poisel on the tackle there. Really great tackle by him, especially linebacker in space right there as well.
So now here comes the second series for this Lake Central offense. Believe it or not, they were moving the ball really effectively on their opening drive before the fumble from Cam Reddick. 1st and 10 from the 37. Reddick fakes. It's his first pass of the game. He goes over the top for Verda. It's over his head and incomplete. He was streaking through the middle of that. Valparaiso secondary, to your point you made on the opening drive, are pinching in towards the box.
Yeah, they're pinching in towards the box, and that's really where if you're a run-first offense and you're seeing them just pinch in, start lining up in the box, take the hat off them. You know, throw a play action out there, streak your best receiver down the field. I mean, he had a step on the DB right there. Almost, if it comes down, he's probably trotting into the end zone right after the catch. But, you know, just a little off target. I think pressure got to Reddick there a little sooner than he thought it would. But, you know, I like the play call.
Reddick, the lesser of the two quarterbacks in terms of passing, as there's an interior run that gets blown up for a 2-yard loss. Valparaiso's front 7 read it well on the carry for Jacob Turley, and it'll be 3rd down and 12 incoming.
Yeah, the front 7 read that really, really good, but you also had, I believe it was 6 guys. You had 2 blitzing linebackers coming up too. Either they were blitzing or they just saw it was a run the whole time, didn't even try to play the pass. Like the play call, because again, now you're stopping them, you're getting a tackle for a loss. You're pushing a team that hasn't really been known for throwing the ball this season into passing territory.
Connor Haynes, first guy on the scene for Valparaiso, but to Chris's point, several green shirts in the area. Reddick rolls out, goes far sideline towards the sticks. It's caught by Logan Rowden. Believe he's going to be a yard short, or is he? Depends on the spot. They're going to spot it a 1st down. Wow.
That is a huge play right there. You know, as I'm saying, they're not known for passing the ball. Do a nice little, quick little curl route there. No DBs near him, no linebackers near him. Wide open wide receiver, and I mean, you're able to get an easy 1st down in a 3rd and long situation, which Lake Central hasn't really done a good job of getting that 1st down conversion on those longer downs.
It's a Four Seasons Mechanical first down from the 47. It's Turley up the gut, and that's a strong first down carry.
Yeah, and they went right back to the read option. Reddick's reading that defensive end. If he's sitting, he's handing it off. If he goes after the running back, he's going to trail off. Seems like this Valpo defense knows who they're playing. They're going to make Reddick really try to beat him with his arm. So every time they're going to run an option play, they're always going to read the quarterback first, make the running back have to make a play.
He's 1 for 2 so far, and they go back to the pistol on 2nd down and 4. Turley will get the call, and he will move the sticks again. A good run down to the Valparaiso 41-yard line. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist.
Yeah, it's really hard to defend against options sometimes, and that's where you're going to see why Valpo's really pinched these safeties as well, because now you've got essentially an extra linebacker replacing that defensive end that's being read, or the outside linebacker if it's a pitch play. So, it's just hard, because if the defensive end sits there, running back's going to have a lane right off either the guard or tackle there, able to get easy yardage if you don't have someone covering that gap.
Good for 6 yards again. Turley on an end around trying to cut it back inside. And Valparaiso ready for it again. Lucas Peterson, first guy there. However, he had some help from Ryan Cheek and Connor Haynes. It's a loss of 1.
Yeah, and it seems like the run plays that haven't worked as well for Lake Central tonight have actually been the non-option plays where it's just a straight quarterback sweep or handoff to the running back. We'll do a little bit of a counteraction there. But, again, when your quarterback is able to run the ball as well as Reddick is, where he was the starting running back, I believe, at the beginning of the season, run the read option, run some triple option out there. Make this defense really have to defend the run and think about it.
Reddick this time rolling out to his left to throw. Now he steps up in the pocket, and he's got room to run. Cameron Reddick picks up 10 and makes it 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, right call there by Reddick. Defense is running a man coverage right there. Wide open hole, take the lane and run. I mean, again, when you can run the ball as efficiently as he can, take off and run. It's like when you watch Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray in the NFL. They see man coverage, they see a gap, and they're off to the races.
Tush push again on 3rd down and 1 with Reddick. And good luck sorting this one out if you're wearing zebra stripes. I think he got it. Lined against the 31. The far side official came in spotting it there.
It's either going to be given to him or it's going to be 4th and inches.
And based off that spot, it looks like he got it, and he did. So it's a first down for Cameron Reddick. And it's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Yeah, and that's, again, this is an offense that when they stick to the run game, they're able to take some time off the clock. They've brought it down to 3:45. Valpo had a really quick drive. Lake Central's just draining the clock.
Turley cuts his feet and gets to the 26.5.
In the words of some very wise men at one point, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Every time they've ran the read option tonight, I mean, they're getting 3-4 yards a pop every time. Because, again, you got to respect Reddick with his legs after we just saw him take off on that pass play. But also, Lake Central's got some good running backs to be able to run the read option, too, and it seems like they're pretty deep, throwing some freshmen out there and everything.
You have Reddick, who's their quarterback, averaging 5.9 yards a show. Turley, their tailback, 5.5 yards a carry.
Yeah, I mean,
usually gets the job done.
Yeah.
Reddick rolling out again, looking far side, and he overshot Logan Rowden near the sticks.
Yeah, Valpo did the right thing there. When you're playing against a run-heavy team with a quarterback that has a tendency to take off, especially if there's man coverage, you got to stick to more zone. Really went back to the zone there. Don't give Reddick many areas to run. Defensive line also did a really good job of closing off any kind of run lanes he would have wanted to take by pinching in. But, again, potential first down play right there if he completes the pass. Not a horrible play call. Just unfortunately not able to get the timing right.
3rd and 5 inside 3 minutes left in the quarter. They go pistol again. Turley, the featured tailback, goes right up the middle. Flag down as Turley lowers his shoulders shy of first down yardage.
I believe this one's going to come back. Usually when a back judge that far back throws a flag, it's either going to be a face mask or it's going to be a holding. And if he's getting you on a holding back there, it's pretty egregious. Yep.
10-yard penalty on Lake Central for the hold, so it negates what would have been a 4-yard run for Turley.
See, it's hard as a coach because you don't, if you decline it, you give them 4th and short with an offense that's been able to produce on these 4th and short opportunities and get the first down. But also, if you push them back, now you're doing 3rd and long. They've only had one this drive and were able to convert. And it looks like they're getting it correct on the spot now. So now it's going to be 3rd and 15 compared to you were going to be looking at 4th and 1. So I like the call to accept it because, again, this is an offense that you know they're a run-heavy offense. You're going to make them have to throw the ball now. You're really going to make Reddick have to beat them with his arm.
And Olenkamp, their field goal kicker, who that would have been field goal range as well. His long was only 35, so now you push them out of Lake Central's field goal range. Reddick trying to take a chunk of the yardage off. He will. He goes underneath to Rowden. He's short of the line to gain, but it is a good 3rd and long play as they will make this 4th down and medium in a decision here for Pete Koulianos.
It looks like they're either going to go for it or they're going to try to get this defense to jump off sides, call a timeout, and then kick the field goal. I mean, again, this is a very aggressive play call. If you end up having a 4th down play here, if you do, it's kind of like a 2-point conversion. You've got to pull something out that Valpo hasn't seen on tape all year. Maybe a play that you messed around with in practice at one point during the week. You know, every offense and every team's got them. It's just a matter of, is this the opportunity now to call it, or do you want to save it for playoff action next week as well?
They still need 6 yards, too, so even if you get him to jump, no good. Reddick over the middle, it's swatted down. Great coverage at the sticks by Valparaiso's younger quarterback, Gio Garcia Juarez. 5'10", 160-pound DB on the intended pass on just a very simple crossing route. It's beg your pardon, turnover on downs.
Yeah, and that's a huge 4th down stop because, you know, if Lake Central gets it, they've got a ton of momentum going in, and they're probably going to score at that point. Honestly, if your kicker can make it, should have kicked the field goal, take the points. It's only a 1-point game right now.
So Valpo takes over on their own 27, and they go off an end around here, and it is a good run on 1st down and 10 to make it 2nd down and short. And Parisi on the kick.
That one, and that would have been a big loss, but tipped it up to himself, got a good run after the catch, and now setting themselves up in enemy territory here.
We said we might see a lot of big plays today. But with that blitz from Lake Station, it was a good feel for that pressure. The run up the middle, and it was stopped in the backfield, but Villa Gomez turned the legs, got 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Villa Gomez is going to be a name we're going to be hearing a little bit on defense as well as the team's predominant back last year. Did not lead the team in rushing. That was Aiden Silver's department. But Villa Gomez, an experienced guy in the backfield, arguably this offensive leader for the Ingots.
That's something you and I were talking about a little bit in the pregame shows. Harris has to expect pressure in his face, but he has to be strong and just have trust in the play.
Yeah, this Lake Station defense is not going to pull any punches. They are aggressive, and they like to play behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 8. Harris dropping back. Here comes the pressure, and he loses the football. Flag being thrown where the ball is, and it's recovered by Harris. But we'll see what this flag is on.
On the 20-yard line, the Bearcats take over from the left hash mark. Fox with Murray behind him in the pistol. They'll motion Welch to the right side of the line. It's a handoff to Murray. He leans forward, but Litke and the Panthers are able to stifle him behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, they get that surge of that defensive line for the Panthers is just outstanding right there. And one of their linebackers stepped up and made a big hit. It was number 46, Mason Andre. Made the big hit right there in the backfield.
2nd and 11. Trying to find a way to move forward. Wheeler leads 7-0.
I think Wheeler's going to be happy just throwing that ball around the field.
1:45 left to play in the quarter. It'll be a handoff to Murray. He goes to the left side of the line, takes a tackler with him. He had Cash Posen who was able to get to him. Then Murray kept driving, maybe just able to get back to the line of scrimmage to bring up third down.
Yeah, 3rd down and 10. And it looks like Ty Venical back out there on the field after he was shaken up with looked like a left elbow, right elbow injury. But he's back out there.
So just over a minute left to go. It's 3rd and long for the Bearcats.
See if they go back to that fade to the wide side of the field.
So they're
find Vetical, you'll find where the ball's going.
At the left hash mark, there's a lot of room on the right side, though. Motion Vetical to the right. Fox lets it fly to the end zone. Incomplete.
Yeah, well, I think I think if Fox would have floated that one a little bit more over the defense instead of throwing a dart right there to Walsh, Walsh would have been able to run underneath it. Because Walsh was well behind the secondary. So big 4th down play. What is Coach going to do here, Coach Testa?
So it's another 4th down, and they've entered 4-down territory. That's presented by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. You can visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Hey, Leo, stay in the press box. The cheerleaders are throwing shirts out to the fans, not for you, bud.
I don't got the hands. They'll probably just bounce right off. And 4th and 11 from the 21. Fox stepping back in the pocket. Throws towards the sideline, and it'll be punched away incomplete. Coverage by Wilson. And that'll be a turnover on downs, bringing the Griffith offense back onto the field.
Yeah, Wilson was draped all over him right at the 1st down marker. Great job. Griffith looked like they were rushing 20 guys out there because they were all over Logan Fox, trying to force him to get rid of the ball sooner than he wanted to.
So that's another 4th down stop brought up by Griffith. We'll see now how their offense responds after the turnover. And that's big for Griffith after the interception, the long return, that you were able to stop Wheeler, keep this a 7-0 game. So Buyan and the Panthers take over on their own 21. It's a handoff to Nealon. He's going to look to cut up to the left side. He'll get to the 25 before he's thrown down to the turf.
Yeah, nice job of that Wheeler defense coming up and making a stop. Looked like he was going to run for a lot more, and they were able to stop him for just about 4 or 5.
So 2nd down for the Panthers. Buyan in the pistol. Nealon behind him. There'll be a handoff to Nealon, and he has room to go. He gets to the 40, keeps dancing to midfield, and he's twisted down by Kuhl at the opposing 45. David Nealon with a long run will help flip the field for Griffith. And that's a Four Seasons Mechanical 1st down, courtesy of David Nealon.
Yeah, we see number 3 for the Wheeler Bearcats down.
That's Keegan Kuhl down on the play. So that'll stop things with 21 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter. Wheeler leads 7-0.
Yeah, Griffith's starting to get a little bit of that mojo going here. Late in the 1st quarter, they're really getting that ground game going, getting some good pushes up front, getting some explosive plays. Seems like they're getting 5-6 yards on the ground. I wouldn't know why you would abandon it. Keep pushing. Wear those defensive linemen for Wheeler down. A few of those guys are playing both ways, so you can wear them down to the 2nd half. It's going to be some easier pushing up front for the Griffith Panthers.
Yeah, we've seen Nealon and Tedder both with some good runs at the line of scrimmage, and
looks like that's going to be the end of the 1st quarter.
So through the opening frame, Wheeler leads 7-0, but Griffith is driving here. We'll see what they can do next. That'll be coming up in the 2nd quarter. Stick around. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
A ball game here, despite a lot of the momentum for the most part in this 1st half, tilting Valparaiso's way. They fake it to win the motion man. Reddick pumps, gets hit, and he's going to go down for a loss. Lucas Peterson, the sack.
Yeah, that was a good move there by Lucas Pearson. He acted like he was going to set the edge to not give him really a lane to run. Instead, cuts inside. And, I mean, does a great job of getting off his block there, making a huge sack there. This is a team that, again, when they're not playing ahead of the sticks, it makes their offense a little bit more complicated and harder on themselves. So now you're looking at 2nd and 15. I think you should they're probably going to run the ball here, but they should try to do like a play action or a screen.
They go play action. Reddick under duress escapes and gets ahead of the original line of scrimmage, and will make it 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, and again, that's a great call right there, is a little bit of play action. I would like them to do, one of his bigger runs of the night was on a non-play action. It was just a quarterback rollout. I mean, this is a quarterback, when you get him rolling out, he can throw the ball pretty decently on the run. But, the big thing is it gives him a lane. If they're running man coverage and he rolls out, he's able to just take off and run with already a full head of steam almost going.
3rd down and 8. Rowden goes in motion. Reddick on a rollout, pressure from the backside. Heaves it downfield, and it's incomplete. The intended target was Hamza Issa inside the Valparaiso 30.
That was great.
4th down and long.
And that was a great job of Valpo, not resorting straight to man coverage. They're moved to more of a zone, so you don't give Reddick necessarily room to run because you've got linebackers drop back in zone that are essentially quarterback spies when you're playing against this Lake Central offense. So
Force, you have senior night. You have a big-time rivalry game. There's a lot of things going on here, and obviously, the first quarter is always kind of that feel-out process. And both these, teams here so far, a little bit of mistakes, a couple turnovers here, a couple penalties. Now, still some time to go here in this first frame, but definitely the feel-out process is alive and well here.
For River Forest, they're telling Harris it's easier said than done, but he has to plant his foot and throw because a couple of guys were open, but with him throwing off his back foot a little off the mark. The flag comes in. The punt gets away. It takes one hop into the lap of Parker. Parker is going to be swallowed up as there was plenty of in-gets on the coverage, but
will be another first down for the Panthers.
Does a great job cutting off one of his pulling linemen. Logan Jimenez pulled him. He cut right inside of him.
And they go to Nealon again. Nealon keeps going. Shakes through one tackler. Cuts to the left. Now there will be a pile up, and they're trying to move that pile forward. We'll throw everybody away and see where exactly the football is.
Again, you can see Jimenez right there, the left guard, pulls across the formation, kicks out the defensive end for Wheeler, and then Nealon just cuts right inside of it. And gosh, he's quick.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Panthers. Bouillon with the handoff to Tedder. Tedder will step all the way to the end zone, and the Panthers answer back. Ventress Tedder with the 9-yard touchdown run brings the Panthers an extra point away from tying this one up.
Tedder does a nice job, just right up the gut right there. Great push by this offensive line. The Panthers' offensive line looks like they're all of a sudden starting to establish a little bit of dominance on the line of scrimmage.
So there was a lot through the ground game for the Panthers. And now Kyle Horniak will look to even this one up with the PAT. Horniak steps in and sends it through the upright. So we are tied here at Wheeler. Griffith and Wheeler tied at 7 with 10:40 remaining in the second quarter.
Can he escape a third? No, he can't.
You're watching
a great run all the way down to the 11-yard line. Potentially touchdown-saving tackle made by Brian Reisky, the outside linebacker. But once it's Parisi in motion, making things happen for the Valpo offense.
And that's a good job by the outside linebacker, tracing him down the field, not giving up on the play. That's the biggest thing a defensive coordinator preaches. Do not give up on the play. You never know. You see it all the time. Defensive linemen running downfield and making a big touchdown-saving tackle. This time we see the outside linebacker.
So 1st down and 10. Hosek going far side again, and it's through the hands of Troy Danzy.
Just led him a little bit too far, but, he was wide open, and you had 2 wide receivers. It's not necessarily a pick play, but you have 2 wide receivers essentially running a downfield route. And if a defense is running man coverage, that pulls their guys out of the play. Now you're just contending with whoever's covering you. So, again, great play call there. Valpo's really liked this trips look all night. Every once in a while they'll line up the tight end in the backfield as almost more of an H-back right behind the tackle. So, again, this has been a very, very strong outing from this offense.
They fake it to the motion man. Finley, a stutter step, and he's down at the 7.
And that's where those touch passes have really led to. They've had they had one huge play off a touch pass and another one that went for 6-7 yards. So, again, when you start doing that, you see that wide receiver going in motion, you're thinking it's another one. Fake it to him, hand it off. You usually got a wide open gap right on the right side between the guard and center.
3rd down and 6. This is a big opportunity for Lake Central to potentially hold Valpo to 3 here. If they can find a stop or at least keep them shy of the chains. They can get a 1st down without a touchdown. However, the line to gain is the 1-yard line. Hosek on a screen pass. It's caught but blown up in the backfield. Parisi with the catch, but the tackle was made by the linebacker for Lake Central, and Jason Mann. You don't call his name a whole lot often. He's a 3rd-string linebacker and defensive back combo role, and it's a loss of 5 on the play.
Yeah, and he did a really good job of not only reading the screen, but he blew up the screen blocker and basically was right in the wide receiver's lap by the time he caught the ball. He didn't.
Hole right in over the left tackle, then continue to bounce it outside, and like I said, pick up a 15.
Figured it was only a matter of time before Murray was able to break off a big run like that. So it's now 1st and 10 from Griffith's 47. Murray behind Fox. And again, they go to Murray for a dive down the middle. Murray keeps going and takes a couple tacklers with him for about an 8-yard pickup. Tedder and Cortez team up for the tackle. It'll be a shorter pickup. They'll move him.
It looks like about 5 or 6 on the play. Both teams starting to get into a good flow offensively, mixing up some pass and run, but it seems to be a run-heavy game so far. And Griffith defensively is just stuffing that line of scrimmage. 5-6 guys in the box every play.
So following Murray's 5-yard pickup, they'll motion the tight end to the right. They might.
First down carry here, Jacob Turley. And that one is good for 5.
Right back to the read option there. And, I mean, again, it's been something that's been a strong proponent of this offense in the 2 games now that I've been able to see them for. Just keep doing it. I mean, every time you've done it, you've gotten a positive game. When you go straight to play action, or if you do a just straight run where it's, as I said, a QB sweep counter, defense isn't fooled. They see, hey, that's the ball runner. I'm just going straight at them. Read option, you've got to honor the quarterback and the running back.
Turley again, a good sidestep, spinning his way forward. He's going to be a yard shy. But there's Turley once again, yards after contact. He's one of the best in the region at doing so.
And, you know, this is a big drive for this Lake Central offense. They take a lot of time off the clock. We've got 6 minutes left in this first half. I mean, if they can drive this ball down the field efficiently, you don't really give this Valpo team a chance to get points on the board before getting the ball back in the second half.
3rd and 1, tush push again with Cameron Reddick. They needed 1, they got 2, and they move the sticks with a Four Seasons Mechanical Maryville first down. Brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing Lake Central jump into a little bit of a hurry-up offense with as run-heavy as they are, because, I mean, again, this is a defense, hasn't really made a lot of substitutions in the 4 drives that Lake Central's been on offense. Really tire them out. I mean, this is a team that, when you get to these bigger schools, not a lot of these kids are playing both ways, so try to wear these players out as much as you can.
Reddick turned the wrong way. He'll just have to call his own number and turns it what looked to be a disaster in the backfield into about a 3-yard gain.
A little bit of a broken play there, but when you've got an athletic quarterback, it does help on the broken plays sometimes. You're still able to get some yardage out of it. Good job by him for cutting up into the, looked like he cut up into the A-gap between the guard and center. Able to get a positive gain there, keep ahead of the sticks.
Cameron Asbell, the tackle, a 6'1", 220-pound senior, tied his season high in tackles last week at Portage. Design keeper for Cameron Reddick cuts it back across the grain and picks up first down yardage.
Yeah, that's probably one of their better runs of the night that wasn't an option play and it wasn't necessarily any kind of trickery. It was just a straight, hey, we're going to do a quarterback power play essentially. You pull the right guard, right tackle, run behind the big guys because they're usually getting to the second level. When you got a big guy hitting a linebacker, I can promise you as a big guy hitting the linebacker, it's fun. As a linebacker, it's not as fun.
You feel those on Saturday morning in film sessions.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a good first down run for the second-string tailback in Brody Ramirez, the 6-foot junior, only averaging about 1.5 yards and a half a carry. He picks up 6 there on first down.
Yeah, and this offensive line has done a good job of these combo blocks where, either the guard and tackle, guard and center are essentially comboing the guy in between them, going to the second level. And, they're doing a great job of getting off the block as soon as they can, but making sure their guy can hold on. Every time you look, there's at least one lineman already hitting a linebacker.
2nd down and 4, bobbled snap. Ramirez goes to collect it from his own 36, makes 3 guys miss, and somehow turns it into a 2-yard gain.
Yeah,
Actually, more than that.
That went from a disaster to a first down real quick, and what really hurt more, again, they went straight back to the power action, right guard, right tackle are pulling. Essentially, he's running into no man's land. There's no blockers out there outside of a wide receiver. Good job by him by breaking off a couple tackles and getting the first down there on an almost very disastrous play.
That is the most eventful Four Seasons Mechanical first down of the night for sure. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. They're in the plus territory again. Another broken play. Check that, it was Reddick. With Ramirez out there blocking, it's only a 1-yard gain. Just miscommunication in the backfield there a couple times in this series.
Yeah, I think it's a broken play, but at the same breath, if the running back's already running to block, I don't know how it could be a broken play because the running back, if you hear, hey, it's an option look, hey, I've got an option, but he was sprinting straight to get to an outside linebacker defensive end to make a huge block.
This is the 9th play of this drive. The first 8 have all been run plays. Turley gets outside the edge. Turley's got a first down inside the 35-yard line.
Did a great job of reading his blocks there, keeping it on the outside. Wide receiver there made a really good block. That was number 16. I'm trying to pull up the
Hamza Issa, the
really
wide receiver.
Really great block there by him on the outside, holding his own one-on-one against the DB, really making it easier on the running back. Wouldn't be shocked if you see more of a triple option look here with the fullback essentially in the backfield.
That was good for 14 yards. They go back with Turley right up the gut. Jacob Turley inside the 15 with another first down.
And it was exactly what I just said, a triple option look. Your fullback that's lined up on the side is going to be your pitch guy. So it's a triple option dive. You can hand it off to the running back that's going up the middle. If you don't like what you see if the defensive end's chasing him, you keep it, you read the outside linebacker, and you give your guy a chance to either have a huge play on the pitch or even up the middle right there.
That one was good for 20 on a first down carry. It's Turley again, waits for a hole, lowers his shoulder to the 6-yard line.
That's some power running, and again, this offense has done their job. They are burning time off the clock. We're under 2 minutes right now in the first half. You're keeping your defense off the field, giving them a bit of a break, but also making it harder where Valpo's going to have to make a big play to get a touchdown before half.
So call it 6.5-yard pickup there. Scoreboard is going to say 2nd down and 4, but it's closer to 2nd and 3. Reddick pulls it on the option look, and he gets stuffed. Nice job closing up the gap there, Sam Thorgren, the senior.
Looks like he might have gotten at least a yard out of it, but again, defense did a good job there. They, that time on the read option, they read the running back, but they called the right play. They had an outside linebacker blitzing to replace the DN that was essentially reading the running back. Stop Reddick for a short game, but this is definitely going to be 4th down territory for this Lake Central offense. You want to try to tie this game before half.
From the 5-yard line, they go back with Jacob Turley, turning the corner. Turley is down at the 1.
And there's that midline read option that I talked about that they ran last week. Midline's a little bit different. You're reading an inside defensive lineman. If he's sitting, you're handing it off. And again, it can lead to a huge gain just like we saw. Now we're going to see a tush push again.
Flags down as he is in for the touchdown for the time being.
I think a running back may have got a little bit of a head start to go push him. It's going to be a legal motion.
It is. So that'll push him back to the 6.
But the good news is you got 29 seconds left. It's 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. You get a decent run here.
They have 2 timeouts as well.
Yeah, they have 2 timeouts. That's huge. Run the ball here if you don't get the yardage you like. You can call a timeout. They'll call a timeout before the clock starts.
Avoid the runoff there as well. So with 25 seconds left, they might add time back onto this clock.
Yeah, because I don't think the clock necessarily starts after an illegal motion penalty, because it's not a loss of downage. Yep.
They're going to put it back. They're going to add 4.3 seconds left. Lake Central will have one timeout after they burned it.
That's a huge 4.3 seconds. I don't hate the timeout because you want to get your guys together, calm them down. You've had a long drive. I mean, you're going on almost a 6-minute drive at this point. And you just want to make sure that you get the right play call in, calm your guys down a little bit. Like, hey, I know it's been a long drive, but we have an opportunity to be tied at halftime right now and have an opportunity to not have our defense have to make another play before the half.
And Valparaiso won the toss to further options, so they'll get the ball coming out of the break as well. So this is a huge opportunity to ultimately avoid a potential 14-point swing.
Yeah, I mean, a 14-point swing going into half, and then also they get the ball back. You can almost make it a 21-point swing or a 17-point swing at that point.
So here we go. First down and goal from the 6. They'll flip it out. It's wide open, and it's a touchdown for Logan Rowden.
A little bit of a RPO, it looks like there. That's not something you see often at the high school level because it looked like he had the opportunity to hand it off. If not, I mean, it was a great play action call there by the offense, and I like it. I mean, again, you haven't thrown the ball yet on this drive. That is the time to call the pass play because you have ran consecutive run after run after run after run. They're thinking, hey, they're going to keep sticking with it. Now you catch them off guard with a little quick wide receiver screen, essentially.
Especially at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, that's the place to call it. If you're going to call a screen when you don't normally call them or a play action screen, that's the time to call it.
Olenkamp drills it through, and we are tied up.
He's got Tedder behind him, and he'll hand it off to Tedder. Tedder has room to go through the middle. He will go all the way to the end zone. Venturous Tedder with his second rushing touchdown of the night gives the Panthers the lead.
Great job of just feeling that hole and sliding through it. And boy, once he gets his shoulder squared to the line of scrimmage and heads upfield, he is quick and he is elusive. 32-yard score for the Panthers. That was going to put them in the lead for the first time tonight at 4:59 in the second quarter.
So Tedder now up to 10 touchdowns on the season as the Panthers lead 13-7. Horniak will look to drive this one through the uprights. The snap, the hold, the kick will all be good. So now the Panthers lead 14-7 with just under 5 minutes left to play. Stick around, you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen.
We thought maybe this was going to be a game where we're going to see both teams score well of 30 points, but no one has scored and no one's gotten into the red zone. Throw out to the right, and the receiver had to leave his feet as Harris's throw was slightly off, and Amani Malave made the catch, but it'll lead to a 3-yard loss there.
I'll take a look at this fumble recovery once again and get some pulling guards out. Got initial good game, cut it back inside. And then River Forest just doing a great job at getting to the football. And if you run to the football, Andrew, good things happen. Whether you make the play or you have a ball on the ground in front of your face that you can jump on.
Everything was great in that play except for the fumble at the end.
That's it.
Good blocking. They're getting those yards back. And they're being backed up to their own high school with all the penalties they were getting called for on that drive. Second and 13, Harris rolling his right, sensing the pressure, throwing over the middle, and it's brought down. What a catch as the defender fell over his own back.
But there's a flag on the play.
Not surprised here. Right now, that's a catch by Amani Malave.
And a great one, as a matter of fact. Looking to see where that flag came in. Looked to be on the far side of the field. I believe it was well after the snap.
Yeah, that's looking like an 8-yard gain.
I don't know if there's any pressure on the quarterback. Looks like it'll be a
legal formation.
Yep.
River Forest about ready to get back on the football, but they have to take it to the original spot. Then they got to move it back 5 yards. the way this game can be summed up right now, Mike, is both teams can't get out of their own way.
No, it's we're in week 9 here, Andrew. Although it's a very emotional game, the grace period is kind of, we're done with that now. It's, you guys got to grow up, and so a lot of these guys have been playing some football on this field for both their respective sides for a long time. So it's all right, guys, come on.
Season's mechanical, first down.
Yeah, great job right there. Getting some momentum back to the Wheeler Bearcat sidelines. Griffith that last drive was just physically dominant by that offensive line and the running backs. The third down and 32 play, that was the cream of the crop on those plays right there.
So new set of downs for the Bearcats from their own 48-yard line. Just over 4 minutes to play. They go to Murray again. Murray wrapped up at the line and is just able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, it looks like
just behind it, actually.
He just got swallowed up by one of those guys. It's a tough angle. It looked like maybe number 46 for the Panthers just swallowed him up right at the line of scrimmage.
Mason Andre with the tackle.
I mean, he just ran right into the line and just got swallowed.
And who could capitalize now?
It feels like the team that has the first successful play that doesn't have a penalty attached to it is going to win the game.
It's been a little bit of a tough stretch here, and it's, again, try to get in some sort of rhythm for both of these squads.
Ball's on the 34. Parker going to left outside the tackle. He fell off a couple of defenders, and he's close to that first down marker. We'll say it's a 7-yard gain, making it 2nd and 3.
Looks like he lost his helmet there, so he may have to come out for a play.
And the way that Parker plays, that might be the first play he's missed all season coming up here.
Yeah, he's a brute. Again, he faces a lot of hits. Obviously, he runs very tough, and he kind of allows himself. He's not one to slide. He's not one of those quarterbacks. He's a runner here, Andrew. So
they're going to reset the clock here.
Yeah, now who's going to be the guy? I mean, I'd imagine Parker's obviously chopping at the bit to get out there. Looks like, again, with all the kind of direct snaps here, Alderson might be that guy for at least this lone play to kind of call the shots here on the second.
And it's a bad snap again. Alderson will have to fall on top of it. We just saw that earlier from Carson Smith where he sailed it over the head of David Parker on a 4th down. This time it goes over the head of Alderson, and that's going to back up Lake Station to a 3rd and long, spine the ball at the River First 40.
And I'm seeing great work there from Lake Station to try and calm him down. If I can get a number on that, number 22, I believe he went over, and I believe that was Callahan there. Just kind of went over to Smith and kind of gave him a little bit of pep talk there. Hey, just, you're all right, man. You've been doing this all year. You're that guy, just shake it off, get ready to go.
3rd and 16.
But, yeah, like you said, another shot right to the foot.
Parker back in the game. We have to sit one out for losing his hat. And it's over his head. And the ball still now scooped up. A 5th turnover in this game. It's recovered by River Forest. What is happening?
Yeah,
I feel like we're in the twilight zone here tonight.
I would just be ready. I'd like to maybe work on some snaps on the sideline. Again, it's just one of those things where you cannot kind of fall down and spiral. When one snap gets away, and it's tough. It's really kind of one of those things, that those jobs as a center where it kills you to put you're the guy that has the ball to start every single, and it's tough, Andrew.
And it's really unfortunate as a center because you don't get as recognized as your quarterback or your running backs or wide receivers. But once you start having some bad snaps, then people start talking about you.
Sure. No, but I would think, again, he's off the field now. I would like to maybe try and just grab him. Obviously, Parker's on the field. But I would like to go over there, Andrew, and, hey, let's get a couple snaps. Let's just get you back in rhythm. And just it's like we're doing this all season. And it's just kind of one of those tough stretches.
There's a run up the gut that didn't go anywhere. Maybe a half yard for Troy Thompson, who's in there for Carlos Villagomez. It'll be 2nd and 9 minutes ago in the second quarter. 5 turnovers. 3 from River Forest, 3 from Lake Station, 2 from River Forest.
Who's counting? All right.
Me.
Yeah, it's been definitely a lot to clean up here.
There comes the blitz. Harris feels it. Flushed out of the pocket. Going to his right. He has an open lane, and he throws it well beyond the line of scrimmage. He had an easy first down, and by the time he already passed the line of scrimmage and about 3 or 4 yards away from it, he decides to launch it to the moon.
Just lost track of where he was on the field, but yeah, he had some green grass in front of him there, Andrew.
I didn't see any black hats over there.
We'll take a look. They're rolling out right again. Everybody going deep. Yeah, he would have had the first down and probably 5 to 10 yards more.
Well, that's tough because it's an illegal forward pass. So not only is it a loss of yardage, it's also a loss of down.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a sack here, Andrew. I mean, it's the
mental lapses in this game for a bit being week 9 has been sort of alarming, you have to say, for both head coaches. Your season's on the line next week. You can't be making those mistakes against a Mishawaka Marion if you're an Ingot or an Ingot. And you can't be making those mistakes when you're going up against Wheeler.
No, it's both these teams. There's a lot to clean up, and these coaches will get to that. I mean, I'd say, again, a little bit of grace in some big rivalries in the first quarter. Now, okay, guys, we should ease into this now and maybe see the offensive play calls, maybe kind of adjust to that. 3rd
and 13. PlayStation dropping in the coverage. Harris taking off. He's getting close to that marker, and did he get it? Looks like he's going to be short. Going to be 4th and 2.
That's a great job by Harris to set up a very manageable 4th and short, which I'd imagine would be 4th down territory here, Andrew. And at this point, River Forest has been clean operations on the snap. Now it's just, hey, let's get that push. Let's not get any yellow laundry on the field and try and chug away for 2 more yards.
This is Four Seasons Mechanical 4-down territory here. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. And indeed looks like the River Forest is going to gamble a bit here. Harris throwing quickly to his left. It is completed. They'll have the first down. Parker trying to rip the ball away, and he does. It's on the ground. A 6th turnover. Unbelievable. Michael Turner had the first down. He was held up, and Parker forces it away, but now the referee's going to talk about it. They might say that his forward progress was stopped.
Yeah, just kind of one of those bang-bang plays where a lot is going on there and just trying to claw at the football. But it looks like this Lake Station offense is coming on the field. And again, the roller coaster, you get the first down, and we put the ball right back on the turf. Or the grass, I should say.
Yeah,
Parker, once again, another forced fumble we saw there. No, just get back out there on the field and try and do something offensively. And again, I think it's the name of the game here, Andrew. How will these snaps look?
Smith still at center. Turnover on downs from a bad snap. A turnover on the last drive due to an errant snap over the head of Parker. Parker in the backfield by himself to start this drive at their own 35. This is a good snap. Parker fakes it, going to his right, trying to turn the edge. His first down and plenty more as he'll go out of bounds and then try to sell a hit from Thompson. You're not going to get a Oscar for that one.
I think we got a clean play here, Andrew. Let me take a look. No, yeah, we got yellow cleats, but no yellow flags. And, yeah, to not discredit the play there, Parker, again, kind of that quarterback counter. And a nice little sell job there at the end. Could not get the yellow flag on the field. But after forcing that fumble, uses his speed, gets to the outside, picks up one of the biggest plays here of the night.
Bit of a Patrick Mahomes type sells over here on this near sideline. They're now on the River Forest 40. High snap. Alderson was able to bring it in. One-handed good block by Parker. Alderson charging ahead, and now he's being pushed back by the Ingots. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. And it looks like there's a River Forest old lineman that's hurt as he's currently on the ground.
We'll get a name and number for that, but I got to give a big shout-out to this officiating crew. This was a game coming into it we figured would be chippy, and we've kind of seen it on every play that, again, there's a lot of jawing back and forth, and you have to kind of control the game as the officiating crew, and I think they've done a great job here tonight in doing so.
As a treat to this fallen eagle, we will take a break here on the Region Sports Network as you're tuning into Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship, the best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, Instagram, and Region Sports Network, YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10 presented by Ennigenberg Exteriors. Ennigenberg Exteriors, you can find them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. Andrew Miles, Mike DeWan here on the Region Sports Network. It was Jamie Londy that headed off the field after he was hurt. 2nd and 10 coming up for Lake Station. And we've seen no scoring, but we've seen 6 turnovers, 3 by each side in this massive rivalry game to close out the 2025 regular season. Parker in the backfield by himself. Ball on the 40, man in motion, and it's a passing play. Going back to his right, he's got a man open, it's completed. And it looked like it was Alderson, and it was. They hooked up twice last week for the only completions for David Parker, and they had the four-season mechanical first down play there.
Again, besides the high snap, which throws off a little bit of the play-action rhythm, again, when you respect that rushing attack so much, you could sneak out a receiver like Alderson, have him wide open across the middle. Maybe wanted to lead him there, but, hey, nonetheless picks up, moves the sticks, and, again, the best drive yet. I believe this is the farthest Lake Station has gotten here tonight. Now with the ball on the 21-yard line.
They're knocking on the door of entering the red zone. No one has done that thus far in this game. 3 men in the backfield, and it's a high one. McNeil tried to recover it, but it'll be one of his O-linemen, and it was Donovan Cole, the center. Or correction, Carson Smith.
Looks like that was a direct snap to McNeil. Yeah, just slid over, tried to reel that in with one hand. That's tough, too. It's all timing. If the snap is even not perfect, it is something where, you know, the backs kind of slide over and take the shoes of the quarterback. It looks like the referees, and I like this a lot here, Andrew, going to bring everybody in here. And, hey, let's talk this one over. Hey, guys, we understand that this is a rivalry game, but let's keep this cordial here. And, again, there's a lot of respect to this officiating crew here tonight, Andrew.
You haven't seen anything that's been blatant that we could see from up here.
Can't hear it, though.
Since that 15-yarder that was called. And everyone on this River Forest side said, don't do that. But whatever's saying downfield, though, is being led to the referees, bringing them together and trying not to make sure it doesn't escalate much further than trash talking between the two teams.
Yeah, we're all for a little trash talk here and there, but
that's the game of football.
Keep it under wraps. Keep it maybe PG-13, if you will. You can get away with some things.
You'd be surprised the language that some high schoolers have, Mike. It is 2nd and 15 from the 26. Parker by himself. Looking to make a big play here. And he'll give it to McNeil. McNeil being drove back. And what a play by the River Forest defense.
Just aggressive there. I don't know if that was designed to be a reverse or a counter play. You see the left guard pull, and it might have been a false pull there. Maybe some. I don't know if there was a reverse there. I think he was maybe trying to go back to Alderson, but could not get the handoff there because River Forest snuffed that out one very quickly. And now a 3rd and a country mile once again here with just under 6 minutes to go.
Caden Elder made the tackle there, and it is 3rd and a country mile, 3rd and 21 for Lake Station. Going for the empty look. This is a passing down. Parker airing it out to the middle of the field. It's intercepted. Turnover number 7 in Thompson. holding the ball high in celebratory fashion as River Forest's defense forces yet another turnover.
That's what happens when you force them on a 3rd and long. Got to throw the football. Your defense, this defense is less than aggressive as Lake Station, so they're going to play kind of that soft coverage. And David Parker trying to make a play, throws it right into the hands of the River Forest DB, taking over now for a 1st and 10. What's that, 7?
7 turnovers.
Ooh.
4 by the Eagles, 3 by River Forest.
Should have started these defenses in fantasy this week.
And no points on top of that. As you mentioned, Lake Station getting to the 21-yard line of River Forest. That's the closest that any team has gotten to scoring today. And Lake Station wants to take a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout with them as you tune into Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero. Crowell Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Andrew Maya with Mike DeWan. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a doozy of a football game. No score. And we've seen now our 7th different turnover. And we're only in the first half. Mike, how else would you sum up this first half that we've seen?
Yeah, no, you hit it on the head. It's just careless football. A couple self-inflicted, a couple things that, again, have been set up by plays before, like that last interception. It was a 3rd and long. So, again, River Forest, what they do there, again, they're trying to, play deep and not allow anything beyond them. And they forced an interception there, but it's been, a couple strips, couple picks, and it's been, it's been sloppy here, Andrew.
A rare run here for River Forest. Villagomez rumbles forward for a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3.
Haven't seen that much yet, like you said, from River Forest.
And there's a flag. And something was said. Was that on a River Forest player? The referee is talking to the River Forest offense as he threw right in the middle of the two sides. But we just saw earlier, we saw a warning, we saw a flag thrown, and then there was another discussion between the offenses and the defense, but something was said again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to maybe this officiating crew bringing now these units out. We saw the River Forest defense and the Lake Station offense kind of come together with their officials, and they talked it over. But now, we switched things over in the first play. Another after the whistle flag here. Don't know who it could be on.
They just called a personal foul on River Forest. And this was an after the play penalty. So it was going to be around 2nd and 2. Now it's going to be 2nd and 17.
Again, we just seen these from both sides, Andrew. It's just...
Well, that's now 2 penalties on River Forest that were after the play. Highly emotional game, getting the better of both sides, where they're being leaned to these personal foul penalties after the plays, or even the turnovers. Is it getting to a point where maybe they want to beat each other so badly that they're making those mental mistakes?
I say this a lot. You have to win 2 games in a week, Andrew. You have to beat the team in front of you, and you have to beat yourself. You have to.
Right.
You cannot lose to yourself. You can't make these silly mistakes, and you cannot, again, do things that maybe are acceptable in the first few weeks, where you could have these kind of, this rhythm off, this confidence is not there, and whatnot. And it's, again, although a lot of stuff gets thrown out of the window when you get into Week 9 against a team, a rivalry between 2 schools that are separated by 2.6 miles. But at this point, Andrew, I do not want to be a fly on the wall in these halftime speeches.
Harris running for his life, getting towards the sidelines, and he gets swung out of bounds. It was already 2nd and 17. This is most likely going to be about 3rd and 20. Even some of the distances and how these teams have been so behind the sticks, even look out there and you've seen some pretty crazy numbers.
Yeah, no, this becomes kind of a field position battle here, Andrew. Again, the teams have both kind of There's been a couple chunk plays, to both sides, but it is, at this point, you're going to be a battle of field position here. And now a 3rd and 20. It seems like what has been a couple 3rd and country miles here. But now, again, you need a clean operation. If we get to a 4th down, try and punt this one away, be clean, and try and pin Lake Station back and hopefully enter halftime with the same score.
No hesitation. Harris running, and he is tackled by McNeil. No credit to him with a sack there, a loss of 1. It'll be 4th and 21, and here comes the punt for River Forest.
This is a big operation here, Andrew. They did a great job in these past 2 punts River Forest has with the snap and the hold and the punt, but I'd expect Lake Station to maybe try and get back there, maybe force an errant punt and set themselves up with a short field.
The way this game is going, I would not be surprised if the first touchdown we saw today was on a blocked punt.
The 3rd of the game, and especially in a game where it's 0-0 and offenses can't really get much going, it could be the deciding factor.
Punt is away, and it lands around the 30, keeps bouncing, and rolls out at around the 42. About a
net of 21.
21-yard punt, I would say.
And again, I'd say Lake Station, if we look at the field position battle, they have won that department where they have been able to, again, have these starting field positions. Now I think this is the second time they've been in enemy territory, starting at the 41-yard line. And now it's, hey, what can you do for these next X amount of plays? Can we hold on to the football? At this point, I'd rather have a 4th down turnover on downs than giving the ball right back.
How many times has an offense drive stalled out for Lake Station due to a bad snap?
Yeah.
Too many.
Looks like that right guard kind of popped up in his stance there. And, I mean, this is just something as a head coach that you just pull your hair out. You start a new drive. We've seen this again from Lake Station.
I'm surprised that goalie.
First play penalty, excuse me.
I'm surprised that goalie and Nick Blatt both have hair at this point.
Yeah.
Because both teams have either lost yards on penalties or allowing the defense for tackle for losses, mistakes, and actual yards gained, it feels. 3:58 to go in the first half. And that 5-yard penalty will back up Lake Station to the River Forest 46.
Yeah, like I said, I do not want to be a fly on the wall for either of these 2 halftime speeches.
Parker will take it, and he's trying to go his right, spins off a defender, keeps the legs churning. He's taking 3 ingots with him, and he gets tackled for a loss. He fought, and it still led to a loss.
That's a heck of an effort by Parker there, but I don't think that was the designed run play. You just look at all the linemen pulling left. I don't know if there was a miscommunication there. Sometimes there's those false pulls that kind of, bring the linebackers and kind of have them, run out of place. But that time he went right when all of his linemen went left.
Around a 3-yard loss. As they're messing with the clock. That's why we're seeing stoppage in play here. Bit of a unconventional feel to this game. Not really a rhythm that we've really felt with the turnovers and the referees having to talk to both sides with the trash talking going down on the field. And as we're about an hour into the game and we're still not yet out of the first half.
I'd say we'd expect, again, the tempers to kind of flare. Again, teams that are very, very familiar with each other, but yeah, it's just been sloppy here, Andrew.
McNeil going to his left. He has a couple of blockers. He stumbles a bit, and then he falls over a tackle by the turf monster. And it'll be 3rd and still very long for Lake Station, despite gaining 3 yards there. 3rd and 15.
Sorry, Andrew. Nature is undefeated, though. Yeah, the turf monster, the grass monster, looks like got the best of them there. Tried again to wiggle a little bit. Maybe I'd like to see him get a little more north and south. Had a kind of a convoy in front of him. But again, River Forest, once again, there has not been a big rushing play yet from Lake Station. What we've seen most is kind of more, again, maybe some quarterback runs that weren't designed, and also some passing plays.
From the 47, Parker threw an interception to close out the last drive.
and they're going to go to end around. Alderson has a blocker. Going to his right. He finds some green grass. He's across the 30, close to the 25. He'll get the first down and then some. A massive play for Lake Station.
And there it is. There is kind of finally the first big chunk play on the ground for a Lake Station rushing attack that averages over 330 yards on the ground. Just a kind of reverse play there, and you give it to one of the top rushers in the area and sets them up once again here, Andrew, but it seems like we've been here before.
23-yard gain for a four-season Mechanical first down. 2.5 minutes to go. They spot the ball on the in-gas 24. Alderson getting close to 1,000 yards. Here's a 1,000-yard rusher. Parker going to his right and then goes up the gut. And a late push there by one of the River Forest defenders as one of the Lake Station guys went down. Parker gets 4 yards there. 2nd and 6.
I'd say the goal here for Lake Station, Andrew, is to at least hold on to the football, milk this clock. And Lake Station starts with the football in the second half, if that's correct. I know they won.
River Forest.
River Forest will start with the football. So, yeah, definitely want to try and hold on to this ball. At least put together a good drive and hopefully get some points up on the board to go in with some momentum. What has been a game of roller coasters.
It's been the most bizarre game that I've witnessed this season. Parker by himself in the backfield. Blockers pulling to his left. He gets a block from McNeil. He spins around, and he's 3 yards short of the marker.
I believe we might have gotten away with the holding call there. Again, one of those runs to the left side might have gotten away with the hold there. Did not call. Lake Station smiling from ear to ear, now setting up a 3rd and manageable, but River Forest once again gets the football.
3rd and 3. Clock stopped, and now it's started again. 70 seconds to go. Will we see our first points of the game right here as Lake Station enters the red zone territory? They're at the 17. Parker fakes it, goes to his left, nothing there. Cuts back to his right. He'll have the first down as he'll go down at the 10. A 7-yard gain. It'll be 1st and goal for Lake Station.
When in doubt, give it to one. Again, just it's an offense that kind of allows him that flexibility to just make a play in the backfield. Make a play, make a couple moves, get north and south. More importantly, pick up a first down now, I believe with goal to go.
They got to go here. Clock running. Alderson in motion. He's going to block for Parker. As Parker went to spin around, then he fell down. Timeout.
And Lake Station will burn their last one of the half. That's the proper time to call it, but then River Forest gets to the football. A loss of now 5 yards. Pretty much a mini sack there, if you will.
That was Carlos Villagomez, one of the middle linebackers for River Forest, coming through the gut and causing David Parker to fall over and lose about 5 yards there. We 2nd and goal from the River Forest 15. We're going to stay right here. 31 seconds to go. And, Mike, if Lake Station can close out this first half with at least some points, whether it be from a field goal or for a touchdown, would you consider that a major win for the Eagles?
Yeah, points in this game seem to be kind of a commodity. So
yes.
You have to escape, especially a first half where you're giving the ball back to River Forest. You have to put points up on the board. But this is, again, kind of a tough operation here, Andrew. You got the ball on the 15-yard line. You have no timeouts and 33 seconds left. So I maybe imagine a pass play here. I don't know if I want to try and rush the field goal unit on.
Now, I was thinking the same thing because for Lake Station, Harry Vargas has yet to attempt a normal kick. And he's just 4 for 5 on PATs. The Fighting Eagles usually go for 2 if they do find their way into the end zone.
So I'd imagine it's probably end zone or bust here for Lake Station. So got to manage these next few downs here wisely.
2nd and goal after the 5-yard loss. Parker is going to throw. He's going for the end zone. It's incomplete. Nicholas Rico was his intended target. It'll be 3rd down.
Like the play call there, I think had him open, just kind of missed some, kind of would have been a bang-bang play. Good job there by the River Forest DB to be in the mix.
I'd like the play, too, because Parker, he rolled out, and that
Yeah.
might have drawn in some of the linebackers thinking that he was about to take off. And for Rico, you're right. It was a tight window. He tried to get it there. Or at least he put it in an area where only he could catch the football. 3rd and goal from the Ingots 15. Another air out here. Parker running to his left, going down the sideline, staying in bounds. He reaches for the pylon. He's in for the end zone. Touchdown, Lake Station. Parker, the magician. He walked the tightrope, dove, got the pylon, and with our first points of the game.
A magician indeed there, Andrew. Again, just a broken play. Scrambles out left. Tries to, kind of jukes the out-of-bounds line. You may want to save the clock, but no, puts his shoulder down, hits the pylon, and gets Lake Station on the board here to close out this first half.
20 seconds to go in the first half. And, of course, it's Parker, the first player to score a touchdown or any sort of points in this game. Lake Station, we just talked about, they go for 2 most of the time, and they're lining up for a 2-point conversion here.
And what is pivotal here, Andrew?
And they're pointing at the Lake Station O-line. And it's looking like a false start, and it is a false start. A lot of pre-snap penalties.
A lot of everything.
A lot of everything, you're right.
Some more than others, but yeah, again, this is a pivotal play here, Andrew, because, again, if River Forest goes back down and they might have more of a stable kicking game than Lake Station does, if they trust that operation a little bit more, if Lake Station were to not get this, they could score a touchdown and potentially take the lead. And, again, a game that points could very well be a commodity here.
That was Parker's 14th rushing touchdown this year. He's going to throw, going to his left, and it's incomplete. And that was Malave. They had the disruption and a flag being thrown after the play again.
First half of just not giving up the big play and also not necessarily just giving up points. So a huge stop coming out of the first half. You scored right before the end of the first half. Defense comes out, gets a 3 and out. Now, again, you get to send your offense back out that's potentially going to run 30 more plays.
Lucas Lynn, Logan routing the deep men, awaiting the boot from Trevor Faudner. And they will both let it bounce. It'll go all the way inside the 20. It does kick back, and it'll be down at around the 19-yard line. Simple miscommunication there, and they get a friendly bounce from the football gods.
Yeah, definitely a friendly bounce for them there. So now, they're going to start on their own 19. I'm interested to see if Lake Central is going to stick with that read option game that worked so good for them in the first half, or if they're going to switch it up and try to just do some more power running.
In that dominant possession-wise first half, 82% of their plays in the first half were on the ground. They start on their own 19 to begin their opening series in the second half in the pistol formation as well. They fake it to Turley. Reddick calls his own number, gets outside the edge, and that's a good first down run for the quarterback of LC.
And there's that read option look again. This time it looks like Valpo's going to make Reddick make more plays with his legs so far on this drive. And, again, it is one play, but in the same breath, they changed their kind of scheme with the option. Instead of, hey, you're reading the quarterback, now you're reading the running back.
4 yards there for the QB, who averages just under 6 yards a carry, leading this Lake Central offense. They go back with Jacob Turley, and he gets to the 26-yard line, and here comes third down and short.
Yeah, staying ahead of the sticks right here, and it was a little bit of a delayed handoff. Looked like it might have been almost an option read, but definitely a delayed handoff. It kind of reminded me of I think it was 5 years ago, Wake Forest was famous for that for a second. They would, at the last second, pull it, throw it, RPO it. That was back when, as I like to call him, Mr. Lifetime, Sam Hartman was quarterback for them. He always looks like a villain in a Lifetime movie is what I always said.
Great hair, though.
Great hair, yeah.
Great hair.
Wish I had that hair.
Me too. 3rd and 3. Reddick pulls it from Turley and is short on the intended pass.
A little bit of play action there. I don't hate the call. It's 3rd and short. They're expecting you to run and potentially have a tush push on a 4th and short or even get the first down. Again, guys wide open in the middle, just unfortunately not able to get the pass there. But that's the Valpo defense doing exactly what I said they needed to do. Quick 3 and out. You prevented an offense that had primary possession in the first half. You held them to 3 plays to start out, and you still got almost 9 minutes left. It's 9:28 left in this 3rd quarter.
How about this? We had consecutive 3 and outs from both teams. That punt, not what Olin Kemp was wanting. It's going to give Valparaiso field position on the plus side for their 2nd series. As they'll take over from, call it the 48.5.
It's about where they had the ball on their first drive, I believe. Might be a little bit farther up. But,
you're right. 46, or 45, rather.
Yeah, and that's huge. Again, this Valpo offense took advantage of short field the last time they had a short field situation. Let's see if they can handle it again this time, or if this Lake Central defense holds true and gets another 3 and out, or just a bend and don't break kind of series.
Lake Central has struggled in the second half this season as Gage Finley gets the opening play handoff and picks up 3.
It's big 3 yards there, again, not necessarily sticking with what's been working. Again, they've been running the ball pretty effectively, been passing the ball effectively. Just this Lake Central defense has done a really good job of preventing a scoring play, preventing a field goal, getting a turnover on downs.
Reisky the tackle. He had that touchdown-saving tackle in the 2nd quarter. And they go back with Finley. Blockers out in front, but once again, Lake Central plugged the gaps nicely. 3 different white shirts in the area to limit the damage to 3.
Yeah, defensive line did a good job of winning at the point of attack there. Only gave up, I believe, a 2-yard gain there, maybe a 3-yard gain. But again, now it's going to be you're still ahead of the sticks if you're Valpo. I wouldn't be shocked if they decided to run the ball and have it like a potential 4th and short situation if they don't get the first down and go for it. But also, again, this has been a passing attack that's done really well. It looks like the Lake Central defense is going to play a little bit more tight coverage instead of the cushion.
Hosek, plenty of time, flushed out to his right, waiting for a receiver downfield, and it's caught! Lovig!
Little toe tap catch right there. That's good on Sundays right there. 2 feet in easily.
At the 13-yard line. Navigates the sideline well and moves the sticks on 3rd down and short. It's our first down in the second half, and it's brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
Yeah, that's a huge play there. Now you got a 1st and 10. Only 14 yards away from the end zone. Again, Valpo's taken advantage of this short field position so far.
When they've started on their own side of the field, they haven't found the end zone yet. That pass is caught. Parisi shakes off the tackle from Reisky, stays on his feet, and Parisi is down at the 2.
That's a good run after the catch by him there. Looked like he was going to get brought down right away. Lake Central read the screen perfectly. Can't ask much more from the defense other than just make sure you wrap up and bring the guy to the ground. But good job by him breaking off a tackler, able to get more yards out of it.
That one was good for 11. So the last 2 plays have gone for a combined 37 yards. They go Finley up the middle, and he will be upended at the 1.
It's just like Central's defensive line, again, doing a good job of winning at the point of attack. And here's a big thing. He's got to come off the field now because his helmet came off during the play. So he's got to take a play off. That's been their primary running back tonight, so that's a huge thing for them.
And it'll be Cooper Gear, the 5'10 freshman, will come in and replace him. Had no rushing yards on just 1 attempt, a career low for him last week at Portage, granted small sample size being a freshman.
Yeah, this is a great time to get that second carry in for a touchdown.
They have Parisi on the motion man trying to turn the corner, and he did not get there. That was well played by the LC defense, and now here comes 3rd and goal from the 1.
LC's defense did a great job of just, they read it from the get. They saw it was a jet touch pass. Essentially played kind of try to just guess what they were doing, hoping it was because they could have easily handed it off. Now it looks like we're going to get a QB sneak.
They go Hosek up the middle. He breaks the plane of the goal line.
I think we're going to get another
false start.
False start.
This is going to come back. I think they're going to get it actually on the freshman Gear, very similar to what we saw of Lake Central in the first half. It was
running
Gear
back
who
jumped
moved
a little bit too early, just trying to push him.
So that'll bring it to 3rd and goal from the 6.
So now, I mean, again, Lake Central's defense, bend, don't break. Get the stop here, make them kick a field goal. You already blocked one. You're essentially could be in the kicker's head after that one blocked field goal, depending on if it was a short or a line drive kick, or even if it was just getting past the offensive line.
Keep in mind, Faulkner hasn't made a field goal this season. He's 0 for 2 now, following the block in the first half. Parisi goes in motion. Hosek lofts over the middle. It's caught for a touchdown. It is Sam Bernard, his 2nd of the season, and Valparaiso takes the lead back.
I mean, it looked like Hosek was not going to be able to get the pass off. It sees the pressure coming as he's getting hit, gets the pass off just perfectly enough for his wide receiver to catch it. I mean, heck of a play there by Hosek. Again, you see a defensive lineman running at you as a quarterback. It can be kind of terrifying seeing a big guy running at you and essentially making contact with you as you're trying to throw the ball. So good job by him by not getting worried about the pressure and getting the ball off.
Faulkner, who's now
Yeah, what a great job by Wheeler right there, just stifling them right at the line of scrimmage. 2 plays in a row. Now it's going to be 3rd down and a big play. Let's see what Griffith does. It looks like I would assume they're going to pass the ball here. They've been pretty successful going through the air.
So they'll have 2 receivers to either side. Neal on the running back will go out to the left side as well. They'll adjust, put Thomaston in motion. He will take the sweep, tries to spin through the middle, and then gets tripped up by the Bearcats. Helmer was able to hang on to his legs, and then another linebacker finished off the play.
Yes,
Schaefer was able to get to him.
Schaefer came up, and C.J. Schaefer came up and cleaned up the pile. Good job pursuit by the Bearcats.
So that'll make it 4th and 13 from the 20. Appears they've entered 4 Seasons 4-down territory. Brought to you by 4 Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. 4th and a long 13 to go with just over 8 minutes to play in the quarter. Griffith leads 14-10. Going for it here in the red zone. Booyan in the pocket. Running out of time. Floats to the right. Lofts one towards the sideline. Incomplete. So it'll be a turnover on downs, and Wheeler will take over.
Bend but don't break Wheeler defense right there. C.J. Schaefer right there causing Bullion to get rid of that ball right at the last second. Hit him as he was in the middle of throwing the ball. So good, clean hit, but they stop him right there. Big defensive series for the Wheeler Bearcat defense. Like I said, bend but don't break.
So now we'll see the offense of the Wheeler Bearcats led by Logan Fox at quarterback, Levi Murray at running back, Connor Welch at H-back, Anthony Huron, David Diaz, and Ty Vetical at receiver. They'll motion Welch to the left side of the line. It'll be a handoff to Murray. He has nowhere to go as the Panthers are able to stop him. Litke with the tackle for loss.
I still don't understand why they're not letting Logan Fox, I almost said Megan Fox, Logan Fox right there, get the handoff, fake the handoff, and then bounce it to the outside. Fox is able to run the ball, but they just haven't allowed him to run. I mean, Murray is good, but boy, every once in a while you got to throw that one out there.
So 2nd and 12. They'll put Welch in motion to the left side of the line. Fox looking right to pass. Sends one to Vetical, and he makes the catch.
Boy, Fox right there just floats that one out there. And you notice how he floated it out there and let Vetical adjust to the ball, and a very, very tough catch over the shoulder, was able to hang on. Boy, that's his 3rd long pass catch of the day.
It's a 4 Seasons Mechanical first down. Will move the Bearcats to their own 39-yard line. 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. They trail 14-10. Logan Fox in the pistol at the right hash mark. Levi Murray almost a little too eager to go there. And now the snap. It's a handoff to Murray. He takes it through the right side. Murray's going to run it to the 50. Wilson makes the play, but Murray keeps going where he'll eventually be sent out of bounds by Tedder. So Levi Murray avoided going out of bounds and then turned it upfield for an additional 8 yards for a long run.
Yeah, Levi Murray took a big hit. The defensive player for Griffith didn't finish the tackle, and he was somehow was able to stay in bounds and then picked up, like you said, Leo, an extra 8 yards. Great balance by Murray right there.
So it's a Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Moves them to Griffith's 40. Fox hands it off to Murray. Murray loses the ball. The ball skips its way past the 35, and the Panthers
Griffith,
will jump
number
on
20.
it.
I think it's number 20.
Aaron Wilson has it. So there's a couple players down as Jalen Wilson down on the play. Aaron Wilson picked up the fumble. Levi Murray also a little slow to get up. That was an awkward play as Murray was stopped near the 40, but then the ball ended up around the 33.
I've never seen a ball roll that far forward on a fumble.
Yeah, that was
It seemed like nobody even knew it was out there, and all of a sudden everybody's looking, wait a minute, the ball's just rolling down the field with nobody on it.
Awkward place. When you're playing Madden, you can press a button to pitch it to a teammate, and if the teammate's not there, it could go away. That's almost what it looked like, a video game type play. But that'll be a turnover. Griffith will take over on their own 33. So now...
Well, a big mistake by the Wheeler Bearcats, their first turnover of the night.
After it seemed like Wheeler was starting to get all the momentum on their side, Griffith gets a huge turnover. So Buyan takes his team onto the field. They hand it off to Nealon. He's going to take it along the right side. He keeps going, gets to the first down marker, and stumbles to the 45. So Desmond Nealon with the Four Seasons Mechanical first down. And there's another injured Wheeler player, so that will bring things to a slight halt. Ladies Gourmet Popcorn is pleased to announce their new location at 105 East Main Street in Griffith. Handcrafting the most delicious popcorn you've ever had. Ladies Gourmet Popcorn has flavors that suit every taste. Pop in for a sample. For more information, visit them on the web at ladiesgourmetpopcorn.com or give them a call at 219-743-7858. Ladies Gourmet Popcorn, it's all about the flavor.
Yeah, I like the pop in.
That's well done.
Yes, it is. That's our crack writing staff here. Bring your family and friends to Broad Street where great food, local flavor, and hometown pride come together. Head down to 108 North Broad Street in Griffith for a bite of Josasimo's Pizza while catching every big play on all their TVs. Sorry, choking here. Whether it's dinner out or game night, Broad Street is your local gathering place for food, fun, and community.
So the injured Bearcat player, Cash Machichi, is helped off the field. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 45 for Griffith. Buyan hands it off to Nealon. Nealon takes it through the right side. Nealon's going to surge forward to the 30. He's still going past the 20. Desmond Nealon takes it to the end zone for a touchdown, and the Panthers add another one here in the third quarter.
That is their third rushing touchdown of the night. That was a 45-yard or 55-yard run right there. Well, and you know what that play all started with? The right guard, Jacob Smith, pulling on the play to the left side, and he just got that. He kicks out that defensive end right there, and the running back just cuts it inside and makes a play out of that. Makes a couple guys miss in the secondary, and boy, Leo, he is explosive when he gets into the open field.
So the touchdown for Desmond Nealon, his ninth of the season, makes it 20-10, and now they're going to have to try to take it off the miscue on the snap and unable to punch it in. So it'll be a 20-10 lead for Griffith here with 6:11 remaining in the third quarter. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship, the best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So Horniak floats it towards the 25. Or now the Bearcats will look to run it up. And they will get close to the 40. That was Bizzeri with the return, and that'll bring Logan Fox and the rest of the Wheeler offense onto the field. So now they have some work to do, down by 10 in the third quarter. After that awkward, that kind of a wacky fumble that resulted in a quick touchdown, 55 yards.
About 4 or 5 plays for the Griffith Panthers, and they punch it in on a nice play by Desmond Nealon at 55-yard run. Boy.
Something to monitor as well. Levi Murray still on the sideline, being attended to by the trainer for Wheeler. So we'll see Andrew Bizzeri in at running back for the Bearcats with 6:05 to go in the third quarter from their own 39. Fox anticipating pressure.
And again, again, a great catch there.
So Reddick picks up his team high 7th rushing touchdown on the year. Fresh off the 29-yard completion of Frankie Bird. Obviously no advancement on fumbles at the high school level. So now here they're a TJ Olenkamp extra point away from knotting it up with 74 seconds left in the third quarter. High snap collected, and Olenkamp drives it through with a flag from the umpire.
It's going to be roughing the snapper, I think.
Rounded and brought down by the Panthers, but it's a Four Seasons Mechanical first down for Ty Vetical and the Bearcats.
Yeah, nice play right there. Open it up right there. Get him on a real simple little change route. He acts like he's going inside, plants, opens up to the outside, makes one guy miss about 5 yards downfield, and boom, he is explosive up the field. It looks like about a 25-yard gain on the play.
So with Murray sideline, we might see the Bearcats call Vetical's number a lot more here.
They're going to be chucking it all over the field.
First down from Griffith's 45. They hand it off to Bizzeri, and he is surrounded by the Panthers and stopped for a loss.
I just got to wonder, if I'm Wheeler, why am I wasting my time running the ball here? Just start. I think it's not desperation time, but short, quick passes, just like they did to Vetical. Keep that defensive line out of the quarterback's face. 5-10 yard passes. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get this ball up the field, get a score in. I think they seem to be very successful throwing these short, quick passes.
Moses Velez was able to bring him down for the loss. Makes it 2nd and 12 from the 47. They'll motion the tight end to the right. Now the running back slides to the left. Fox dropping back to pass. He's running out of time. There's a blitzer. Sends one downfield. He was looking for Huron.
Throw the flag.
He was looking for Huron, who was being defended on the play.
The defensive back right there never turned his back to the ball and made contact with the receiver before he got there.
So that was Flowers on the coverage. He will be the guilty party there.
And in high school, it's only a 15-yard penalty. It's not a spot foul.
So that will move things up, as it was 2nd and 12 for the Bearcats. That will help them now get a first down, moving now deeper into Griffith territory.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 31-yard line.
So the Bearcats trailing 20-10 with 4:33 left to go in the third quarter. Send a pair of receivers to the far left side. Fox in the shotgun. On the play fake, he has nowhere to go. Litke will get to him in the backfield. They'll hammer him for a sack.
And this time they actually let Logan Fox run the ball, but as a defensive player, you got to think, all right, the backup's in. That fake is not even going to slow me down. They went straight to Logan Fox and sacked him. It looks like for about a 5-6 yard loss. They've got to stay with that short passing game here. So you've got 3 downs to get it.
It was Litke with an assist from Cortez for the loss. Makes it 2nd and long for the Bearcats. And they'll adjust things, sending 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The tight end moves to the right side of the line. Fox, he's going to pass here. Unleashes one. It was a few steps ahead of Vetical and skips incomplete.
Right there, Griffith again had 6 guys up on the line of scrimmage and sent them all. One of them came free, and that's what happened to Logan Fox. He saw that blitzer coming and just didn't have enough time to let that route develop to where he could throw it nice and easy right in there.
So that makes it 3rd and 15 from the 36.
These 2 teams had no problem on 3rd and long situations. Right now, just a real quick update, Crown Point and Michigan City knotted up at 14.
Fox motions the tight end to the right. Steps back to pass all the way to midfield. Sends a short route to Welch, and he'll be stopped near the line of scrimmage. Litke was able to hang on to him and bring him down. This will be 4th down.
Yeah, Litke must have been in the huddle because it was a slow.
He said, plain and simple, our best players on defense are in our secondary, and that's where we are most athletic. And our strongest is when we play with 5 defensive backs, and you're seeing that a lot tonight.
Yeah, and, if that's your strength, go to it. When you've got 5 DBs that are able to hold their own, go for it. They've shifted into more of a 4-2 here with a walked-up linebacker blitzing.
When they do bring blitz, it's caught by Danzy, but well short of the line again. That's a good open field tackle by Braden Hurley. We've called his name a bunch tonight. He's a free safety and a senior playing in one of his final games, the Lake Central Indians tonight.
Yeah, and again, he's been all over the field making plays from the safety position. Again, 10, 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage on the defensive side, but he has been flying around and just finding the ball carrier every time.
So it's 4th down and 5, and they will snap it off before the end of the quarter. The clock now strikes 0-0. Lucas Lynn will let this bounce on a hop, and it takes a Lake Central hop as well. And they will down it at the 26-yard line. So we've played 3, and we're back where we started, 14 all between Lake Central and Valparaiso. The ensuing possession for Lake Central is next when you come back. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while
from the 45. 10:30 to go and counting in the 3rd quarter. Straight drop for Boyd. He looks over the middle, and it's caught again by Wish. Snag route sitting in the middle of the zones. Gets a few yards on the catch. They'll give him 3 on the catch. So it's 3rd and 6 upcoming from the 48.
A little bit more better to manage. Better downs here to manage. I'm sure they're going to play to the sticks as well. Probably send someone deep.
4 wide, 2 on each side. Soften is the running back in the backfield with Hunter Boyd.
Motion to 3-by-1.
They hand it Soften straight up the gut, and he is wrapped down for a loss.
Great job by Maryville, number 93.
That would be Nutwan Gillis. The tackle for loss. First time we've called his name today.
Hey, he noticed that guy blocked down. He wasn't.
LC.
That was the quickest play or quickest drive Lake Central's had all night, and that is a huge, huge touchdown. Your defense just had essentially a 4 and out, and now one play drive. That is sometimes the best drive you can have as an offense. So, again, great play calling by Lake Central there. It was a play action, you let Verda break a tackle, and, I mean, he was off to the races. No one was catching him. He was making up for that missed touchdown earlier for sure.
74 yards, rather, on the touchdown pitch and catch there. It's Verda's 7th receiving touchdown on the year. The team's leader in receiving and receptions and receiving yards. Now also leads the team in touchdown receptions. Olenkamp drives it through. And 11 seconds into the fourth quarter, Lake Central has their first lead of the football game. Unbelievable.
That is unbelievable again. And they didn't get the lead on a long drive. They got it on a one-play passing touchdown. I mean, keep in mind, it wasn't a deep pass by any means. It was a quick little, 5-yard curl route on play action, but Verda did the rest. And, I mean, he, as I said, he broke that one tackle, and he was making sure he was making up for that missed touchdown opportunity he had earlier after a great
Tedder
catch.
was able to take that one all the way to the opposing 35, where then Vetical stops him.
Vetical makes a touchdown-saving tackle in the open field. Looks like number 1 for
Ventress Tedder now needs to be helped off the field by his lineman.
He's cramping up on his calf muscle right there.
So Tedder picks up the Four Seasons mechanical first down, and now he will be helped off the teammate by his offensive lineman. As it's coming up at the completion of the game, we will name the Proud to Be Union play of the game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a union ironworker.
Well done, Leo.
So now the Panthers take over at Wheeler's 34. 2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Took 10 guys to carry him over there.
Well, he's got 2 rushing touchdowns today and a lot of pickups through the air, so
Yes,
you want to make
does.
sure he's okay. So now Nealon will be in the backfield with Bouillon. Bouillon hands it off to Nealon. He has room to go on the left side. Nealon still going, weaving his way downfield to the 10. Stiff arms a defender. Shoved into the end zone.
That looks no, they're going to call him down at the 1-inch line.
So David Nealon,
the back judge makes a good call right there. Looked like his knee hit right before he went in for the touchdown.
So Nealon with a lengthy run brings up the Four Seasons mechanical first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1 with 1:37 remaining in the third quarter.
Boy, Griffith, again, just big chunk plays offensively on the ground. Not really relying that much on the passing game tonight.
So Bouillon will have Nealon in the backfield with him. Everybody else close to the line. They put Thomaston in motion. It's a handoff to Thomaston. He will drive towards the goal line.
It looks like
he
he
will
almost lost a
not
yard.
get there. Went backwards, if anything.
Yeah,
so
it looks
second
like
and goal.
Second and goal from the 2-yard line now.
So he did lose a yard, and they were looking to get Devon Thomaston involved.
Yeah, Thompson, you'd think on a jet sweep like that, just be able to outrun the defense all the way to the sideline, but good job by the pursuit of Wheeler. Forced him back to the inside.
Bouillon to Nealon. Nealon drives the legs forward.
They come in with the signal. It is a touchdown.
It is a touchdown for Nealon. It'll make it a 26-10 advantage for Griffith with 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So Desmond Nealon able to take that one in for his second touchdown of the night.
And second touchdown in the second half.
So waiting the extra point, but huge for Griffith. They've had a 4th down stop and a fumble recovery defensively in this half, and now both have been punctuated with touchdowns. The snap.
Good for 10 yards and a Four Seasons mechanical Maryville first down.
Lucas Embry almost got a hand on it there. Again, great pass there. I mean, he sees the pressure coming. He knows he's going to get hit as he lets it off, and he's still able to get it in the gap there.
So here we go. First down and 10 from the 29. Clock is not on Valparaiso's side.
It is
9:54 and counting, but they do have all 3 timeouts. Keep that in mind as we progress here in the quarter. Hosek fakes on the reverse. Pumps, hesitates, lofts downfield, and he overshot the streaking Sam Bernard, who blew by Braden Hurley in coverage.
Yeah, he was wide open. I mean, again, if you get that pass down, he is off to the races. I don't think that Hurley might catch him. I mean, with the way he's been playing tonight, he is not allowed a touchdown, and he is not allowing a big play at all. So, I mean, who knows?
The big breaking point so far, a 74-yard touchdown pass to Frankie Verda. It was a simple just 5-yard out route. He spun out of a tackle and just broke away down the far sideline. Parisi goes in motion, high snap. They'll swing it out to him. Breaks out of one, but can't escape the trailing tackler and Brian Reisky, the linebacker. Veteran player limits the damage to 2.
Yeah, and that's their leading tackler on the year there in Reisky. And, again, the high snap there really killed the momentum on that play. If the snap's right in the quarterback's hands, I think you see the wide receiver take off on a bigger gain there. But, again, you can't control everything, unfortunately.
So they need 8 here to move the sticks. You can get it close. You might be able to consider this 4-down territory. Hosek goes over the middle. Low throw. It is caught. No. Incomplete, says the back judge. As Lovick.
And again, you got to feel bad for the back judge or even the ref there, because
that's a tough call.
It's a tough call, and especially when you don't have instant replay, any kind of review process. I mean, if you call it catch, it's a catch. If you call it not, I mean, you're going to have a lot of unhappy people in the stands.
Bill Marshall's going to put this game now at this point on his defense. Neither of these teams have been able to get it up to a 2-possession lead. Lake Central has an opportunity, assuming you don't take a dumb penalty here on the punt from Trevor Faudner.
Yeah, Lake Central, don't even try to block the punt. Just let them get it off, because you don't want to get a roughing the punter penalty or any kind of penalty, really. This one's taking more of a Valpo bounce here.
And it will be rolled inside the 20 and down by the Vikings' Cameron Smith. So here comes Lake Central, a flag. I believe it's going to be holding on the return team, and that's the indication from our officials. We'll check in with them, though, right now.
Holding on the kicking team during the kick. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Wow. Okay, that's on Valpo.
I'm kind of confused, because usually – but they're moving the return team back, it looks like.
I think he may have just got it mixed up.
Yeah, I think he mispronounced that. It was the return team with the holding penalty there. So when he said the kick team, but he was pointing towards Lake Central, so I was kind of confused there. I'm like, I didn't know they just kicked the ball.
But going back, though, to that incompletion on Chase Lovick, I mean, you don't want to put our guy Zach Sinelli to work on the replay machine?
We can try, but I don't think the refs will hear us out either way.
I don't think so either. I'm with you. 1st and 10 from the 10, so they'll have to go 90 yards to go up 2 scores, at least get in the field goal range, but there's a lot of question marks with what is the field goal range for Olenkamp, given the fact that he's longest is from about 23. They'll swing it out. Logan Rowden escapes the tackle of Fry, gets outside the edge, and Logan Rowden gets them out of danger zone to around the 25-yard line. It's good for a first down. Brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
Yeah, and that's a huge first down there, because now instead of being essentially in the shadow of your own end zone, now you're able to essentially get out of it, and now you're going to be on the 25-yard line, it looks like.
25 left hash, 8:45 to go. Clock stopped here for this running attack that has now found some success through the air in the second half. They go back on the turf with Turley, and he goes backwards by a yard.
Yeah, and that, again, this Valpo defense is essentially telling this Lake Central offense, hey, you're going to have to beat us with your arm. But, I mean, Reddick's got 2 passing touchdowns tonight, so one of them was and they've both been essentially the receiver making the play happen, but they're still beating them in the air right now with 2 touchdowns through the air.
It was Balog on the tackle. Reese Balog, a senior, one of the first times we've called his name tonight. Clock's still moving, though, and if you're Lake Central, you might as well take some time, to your point.
Yeah, you don't want to score. I mean, if you score, you want to do it on a long drive or a quick drive.
Reddick pumps, flushed out to his right. He'll take it himself, lowers his shoulder, and is driven down shy of the 30. Haynes was there
little bit of a risky run. DB tried to make a play on the ball, hitting Reddick right where he was carrying the ball at, but good job by Reddick holding on. I mean, we've seen him make some plays on some 3rd and longs tonight, so this seems manageable essentially for a Lake Central run-first offense, which is kind of crazy to say. Usually a run-first offense, 3rd and 6, you're a little worried, but this has been an offense that's been able to make it happen on the longer downs.
3rd down and 5 after the 6-yard pickup there on the quarterback scramble. And Valparaiso jumps, and that will give Lake Central first down yardage.
I think they're still going to be 1 yard short because it's 3rd and 6.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. They announced it as 3rd and 5. Beg your pardon there. So it's 3rd and 1. You are correct.
And now we're going to see a tush push, I have a feeling.
There's your Tony Romo call that you've been waiting for.
Don't know necessarily if it's a Tony Romo call when we've seen him do it every 3rd and 1, 4th and 1.
So 3rd down and 1 from the 34-yard line.
Looks like they're waiting to confirm if they're going to do it. Might call a timeout here. It looks like there's some confusion.
They have a lot of confusion, but they also have 25 seconds to get this off.
Yeah, I think what they're doing is they're just running down the play clock, just letting the clock run out a little bit. That way they don't have to necessarily, if they don't get it, I mean, you've taken almost 2-3 minutes off the clock on this drive.
Play clock inside of 5 now. And Reddick powers forward. Got 1.5 yards on the tush push and has a first down. Brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Yeah, and that's a huge first down on this drive because you just want to keep the time running down, and they've done an effective job of that.
Remember a few years ago, Wisconsin in a bowl game, they played Arizona State. They got the ball up 8 points with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter and ended the game on that possession. They had an 11-minute drive that just flattened the clock and won the game in a bowl game.
Hey, gotta love it.
It's not uncommon, as here's Jacob Turley slicing his way forward for 3.5 yards.
Again, short run. It's not necessarily a backbreaker, but it's still another 2 yards. Time still running down. You've got almost 5.5 minutes left in the game.
2nd down and 8 now. This is inside of 5.5 minutes now before this next snap. And you can tell Pete Koulianos is telling his guys, hey, slow down, don't have a rush.
Yeah, I mean, it's the right thing. They're letting the play clock essentially get to 5 seconds, and then they line up to do their play.
They snap it with 2. Reddick fakes it to Turley, keeps it himself, and is taken down at the 41-yard line.
Right back to the midline read option there, and again, now you're looking at third and manageable, 3rd and 5, and again, we've seen an offsides penalty now. We've also seen times where they're able to get 3rd and long, so no question about it. They have an opportunity here to essentially potentially close out the game.
3rd down and 5. Valparaiso needs to get off the field here if they want to have a shot at this rate.
They do. They need to either force a turnover or just stop them with no yardage.
Line to gain is the 46 of LC. It's Turley around the corner, and he's taken down 2 yards shy. Pete Koulianos has a decision to make as 4th and 2 is impending. Fry on the stop, and as of now, Pete Koulianos keeps his offense on the field.
I've also seen before, he may not go for it here on 4th and 2. You might let the clock run down to, 1 second left on the play clock, call a timeout, or take the delay of game. I mean, you're going to bring it under 4 minutes. It's almost going to be 3.5 minutes left on the
Just a situation where you try to get him to jump as well and just take the delay as well. Is that considered here?
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like they might actually do a quarterback sneak here.
They're trying to win the game right here if they go for it, and they won't.
They call the timeout. But, I mean, you leave 3:46 left on the time, so, I mean, it's the right call. You run down the clock. You now can punt the ball. I mean, again, your defense has come up with some big stops. Putting your defense back out there, they've got all the confidence in the world.
Second timeout for Pete Koulianos in his second year. Boy, what a statement win this would be early on in his tenure at the head coach of Lake Central. A road win against a state title winner a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and traditionally, Valpo's record doesn't show it this year. They've only won 2 games. But, again, this is a traditionally good football program. And, a lot of their games have been closer games this season as well.
So now it's going to come down to one final series in this game, more likely than not. Valparaiso, after a dominant win on the road last week against old school Duneland Conference rival in Portage, now on the brink of a unheard of 7th defeat in the regular season. Should they fail to find a way to tie or take the lead here with 3:46 left. Olenkamp, it's a punt, it's a fake punt, and they're going to get it. It's Brody Ramirez down the sideline. A gutsy call from Lake Central, and it pays off. There is a flag down in front of the Lake Central bench well after LC picked up the first down.
It might be an unnecessary roughness. It looked like he was running out of bounds. But it's actually funny you say that, because I was about to say, I have a feeling they might fake the punt with the way he's called the game tonight. So, again, it's a gutsy call, but it's the right call. Your team has done everything they can to win this game. You're going to give them that chance to win. Put the ball in your playmakers' hands.
If it stands, or if it's on Valparaiso, it's first down and 10 for Lake Central on the Valpo 40. This is the biggest announcement of the night. They are talking to the Lake Central sideline right now, which 9 times out of 10 is an indicator that it's on the opponent. Here's the call.
They might call a sideline infraction. Oh.
Spot foul, 4th down.
That's a huge penalty right there. Because now you went from faking the punt and getting the first down. Now you're going to have to punt the ball away.
So they're trying to confirm the spot of the penalty and subtract the yardage from that. So it's actually now 4th down and 3. Do they do it again?
It wouldn't shock me with the way he's called the game tonight, but also it's one of those things that might not work a second time.
Olenkamp will boot it away. Varnado claims it at the 24. Stutter steps and tries to go right. Breaks out of another tackle, and he's finally brought down by Hurley, shy of the Valparaiso 30.
Yeah, that's a huge stop there. Again, it looked like he was going to break off a touchdown right there, and that would be a backbreaker after your offense.
Andrew, get it out to your receiver who can make a man miss. Again, they're running man coverage just about all game. Make a man miss, then turn on the burners. River Forest on the board now with 5:08 to go. A big-time score there, Andrew.
A 74-yard touchdown. And we are tied. An extra point coming up. As Amani Malave caught the ball, took off, racked up the yak. And finally, River Forest, after all the mistakes, they have gotten themselves onto the scoreboard in this rivalry game.
And a big PAT, as a matter of fact, as we said. Lake Station went for 2, had a penalty, backed them up, could not convert. And now at the 6-6 ball game, this PAT would give River Forest their first lead of the ball game.
Well, it looks like they were going to kick it, but Harris just ran back out to the field. It looks like the Ingots are going to go for 2. A lot of bodies running on and off the field, but they are lining up for 2. Harris in the backfield by himself. They're stacking up the right side. Going to his right is Harris. Initial penetration. McNeil trying to hold on to him. Here comes the reinforcements, and they tackle him short of the goal line. It is no good, and we are tied. We will take a quick break here before the kickoff as you're tuned into Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in
Keep
town.
in mind, Valpo's only got 1 timeout left.
Hosek. Pressure coming. And Hosek is taken down again. This time it's Luke Felis his first sack of the season, makes it 4th down and 16.
What hurts is, even though technically, it's a sack, he got back to the line of scrimmage. So on the stat sheet, it's not going to show it. But again, that is another huge stop from this Lake Central defense. We're going to get a timeout here from, I believe, Valpo.
It is a timeout for Valparaiso. They have 2 left. Lake Central has 1 left. It actually is a loss of 1. They've changed it, so it is a sack now officially for Felis.
That's a good thing for Felis, because I know, it hurts sometimes when you lose that sack because he gets back to the line of scrimmage and you're like, come on, man, I got him before he got there.
Yeah.
He just went down at the line of scrimmage. he didn't get there. He just went down. He just fell,
His knee was on the ground behind the line of scrimmage. Give me the sack is what he's saying.
The ball was still behind the line of scrimmage. I'm telling you, it's a sack. He was arguing his case to the ref. He's like, come on, ref, give me the sack.
This feels like this is a conversation, a point that comes from past experience for you, partner.
Unfortunately, I didn't have many sacks in high school, but, one of them got called or a tackle because the guy got right to the line of scrimmage.
Oh.
The ball just hit the line of scrimmage as he went down. I'm like, come on.
That's one of those where you're just like, give me something.
Especially, trying to put this on some game tape. It sucks if I put this down as a tackle.
Yeah, exactly. Here's your ball game right here. It's 4th down and 17. Hosek looking for a prayer. It's incomplete. No flags. Hurley in coverage, as well as Rashid Shamsiden against Jimmy Parisi, the number 1 receiving option. And Lake Central can put this one on ice.
Yeah, no flag is the right call right there because, again, wide receiver made contact with the DB. DB didn't necessarily try to make a play on the ball and hit the wide receiver or anything like that.
So now Lake Central will take this one over. 2:18 to go from the +22. This is their best starting field position of the game. This is the conversation they're probably having. Do you try to just bleed out the clock or do you go get the dagger right here?
Bleed out the clock because, again, game clock is usually 25 to 40 seconds, 2:18 left. Start the clock.
Those were the big plays that we were looking for.
We talked a lot about 6 and 1, but do not forget about number 15, Caden McNeil, again on the jet. Timing was great, snap was great. And at that point, when you're blocking downfield, kudos to the receivers of Lake Station for sealing the edges. And Caden McNeil picks up the biggest play of the ball game, the biggest gain of yardage in the ball game, and now respond very, very quickly for the Lake Station Eagles.
A 70-yard by McNeil. It'll be 1st and goal from the River Forest 10. Park with the QB power, and he gets slammed down. He stopped, stuttered a little bit, and here come the River Forest defender to slug him down. And that was Logan Hawkins.
Now 2nd and goal to go, and he went out of bounds at the 10-yard line, McNeil did, so they got all of 10 yards to get. They're going to have to earn this touchdown here because by the looks of it, it's touchdown or bust, Andrew.
2 receivers split to the left of Parker. Parker with a lone touchdown today for Lake Station. And the hands off to Alderson. Alderson has a few linemen ahead of him. And it is a tackle in the backfield. Michael Turner with another big play.
And we're knock on wood here, Andrew, but everyone's starting to kind of keep their head here. This has been the most, I feel like, consecutive clean plays we've seen in quite some time. But from that play back there, with Alderson, it almost looked like he was a little bit too fast for his blockers. He's got some small linemen that get out there very, very quickly. But that time he had 2 guys out there, and that time just kind of outran him. Couldn't get a black hat on a gold hat. And they made a big-time tackle to set up now a 3rd and 10, 3rd and goal to go from the 10-yard line.
Very similar to Lake Station's lone touchdown. It was a 3rd and goal from the 16, and that's when Parker took it himself. Parker running to his left. He's going to dump it off and complete the pass to McNeil. McNeil gets to the 4-yard line. He's just short of the end zone. It's going to be a massive 4th and goal coming up.
What a play by Parker and McNeil. I mean, that was a bullet. Just try to get out of it with the right hand and to go up there and snag it. Now, obviously, the run after the catch now sets up a 4th and very manageable with goal to go here.
This is Four Seasons Mechanical 4-down territory. 2:15 to go in the third quarter and a tie game. And this is the biggest play of the game thus far.
Got 4 receivers to the bottom of our screen. It might be kind of a rollout play here, if not a quarterback power.
Parker is going to take it himself, and he is stood up. He's still going, though. As they try to get him towards the end zone, he is going to be short, and River Forest gets a massive stop.
And they snuffed that one out from the jump, Andrew. Again, when you had pretty much 5 guys going out wide, the jet man, and at that point, I mean, got in the backfield just about as the ball was snapped. A nice effort there from Parker to try and get back to the line of scrimmage, but the Ingots stand tall.
Caden Elder got in the
Medical with a valiant effort tonight, making some great catches.
So Vetical with the Four Seasons Mechanical first down is able to move the Bearcats to the Griffith 35-yard line.
Wheeler going no huddle, running up to the line of scrimmage. Got a sense of urgency out there.
Fox pitches it to Baziri. He dives forward. As there's also a penalty marker, so we'll get this sorted out.
Maybe a legal shift. Oh, holding right at the point of attack there. You saw that flag come out.
So they were trying to run that speed option to the right. It was nearly a pickup of maybe 1 for Baziri, but instead it'll be a penalty that sends them backward.
Can't
10.
stand prosperity right there for the Wheeler Bearcats. Get a nice catch by Vetical, and now they go backwards. Again, sort of a head scratcher. Why are they running the ball?
1st and 20. Fox dropping back to pass. Under pressure in the backfield. He's got Litke on his tail. He keeps going, dives forward towards the 40. So he's able to pick up a few yards on the scramble.
Yeah, you can tell Fox is struggling out there, just toughening it out. Looks like one of his legs is bothering him still quite a bit from that cramping earlier in this quarter.
So we see Ty Schaefer, the backup quarterback, right next to him as he's getting the play call. Fox will head back to the huddle, though. 2nd and 17 from the 42. So the junior Logan Fox battling here tonight. Brings his team to the line. 10 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers far to the right side, 1 close by to the left. Fox scanning the field. Throws one between Vetical and Huron, incomplete.
Now you can see he's struggling a little bit back there to get his feet set and follow through. His push-off leg seems to be bothering him a little bit, and his arms dropping, and that ball's just sliding out of his hands.
Big play to get out of your own end zone. And again, some chunk plays here now, kind of shifting in the pendulum, shifting the tide over to the River Forest Ingots, who put together 2 of the biggest plays, we could say, to now set themselves up with a real chance to maybe take a lead here.
Thompson, the 6-foot senior, with a 72-yard rushing play. Harris gives it up the middle to Elder. Elder getting the block. Elder into the end zone. Touchdown, River Forest. They have struck gold.
Back-to-back run plays there, Andrew. Something I don't think we've seen at all in the first half. Just kind of the same concept there. Just gash them. A quick hitter there out of the gun, those inside zone, and let your back make a move. And that time went there untouched there. Big time score now to spring up in front here late in the third quarter.
2nd and 10 from your own 3. And you get 97 rushing yards on back-to-back plays. And River Forest has their first lead of the game. What a turn of events.
I'll tell you what, too. We got a lot of wood around us, so I'm knocking on it. But both teams playing a lot cleaner, especially River Forest. Again, maybe a little mental lapse at the beginning of the quarter. But so far there, again, on those big run plays especially, not negated by penalty. and obviously it's shown to put 12 points up here on the scoreboard to regain this lead.
Troy Thompson had the one that set it up, and Caden Elder was the man that found the end zone. And still a
5-yard, is it a 15, or even a defensive holding, a 10-yard penalty. I mean, if you're Valpo, you're hoping it's the 5 or 10-yard option.
Well, you're hoping this is on Lake Central.
Yeah, because you just blocked the kick.
Here we go.
15-yard penalty.
Automatic first down, and a roughing the snapper penalty is going to end this football game.
And that is a huge, huge call. I mean, again, it's an automatic first down. You're probably going to see a kneel down.
And it makes sense given that the block came from right above the center.
Yeah.
The umpire, credit to him, right on top of the play. And Lake Central can kneel this game out. What a gutsy road win for Pete Koulianos' program.
Yeah, I mean, and again, you know, even if you're not able to take down the, you know, Crown Point next week, I mean, you're carrying momentum into the next season. You came into Valpo's house, you redeemed a win that you should have won last year when you lost in the fourth quarter. And, I mean, this is a huge statement win for this Lake Central team, and it's a huge statement win for the defense especially and the offense.
Valparaiso can't stop the clock, so this will...
And we'll have a timeout taken by Wheeler. Stops things with 2:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. Griffith leads 27-10. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
First and 10 from the Panthers from the 11. They hand it off to Nealon, and he'll be stopped by a group of Bearcats near the 10. So Helmer and a couple of his friends able to stop Nealon there.
But Cade McNeil's kind of that third musketeer, if you will. If there's a Batman, there's a Robin. I think Nightwing's a big character in the Batman universe as well, and he might be that guy. But right now he's putting on quite the third quarter.
Dropping some major DC knowledge. I appreciate it.
So that's about all I got for you. So a lot of Batman games I played, video games as a kid. So
17-yard gain for Nightwing, and the handoff to Alderson. Alderson going to his right. They grab him from behind, and then Alderson moves around the 40. A 4-yard gain, make it 2nd and 6. And that's looking like it's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Sloppy first half. Some big plays here in the third quarter. And then this third quarter is anything like the fourth quarter. You better buckle up, Mike, because this is going to be a wild ride to close out this rivalry game. We'll step aside as both teams flip fields. You're tuning in to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
It's the fourth quarter. Andrew Mild, Mike DeWant. It's 9:25 Central Time. A long first half and a very exciting third quarter. But here we go. Come down to the final 12 minutes in this rivalry game. River Forest has scored 12 unanswered points. They're 12 minutes away from securing their 10th straight win against their crosstown rivals.
Cannot wait to see how this one finishes out, Andrew. Glad we're here, and it's been a great third quarter, a clean third quarter. Let's see how these teams keep it up.
Second down, a fake to McNeil. Parker going to his right. He makes a cut, and he'll get that Four Seasons Mechanical first down. And I will say this. You mentioned this earlier about how River Forest has treated the kickoffs to David Parker. It feels as though they are keen in on number one, especially on the offensive side of the football, and forcing Lake Station to beat River Forest with somebody else.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely the name of the game, and yeah, and so far we've kind of seen those other pieces step up. Alderson, maybe waiting for a bigger play from him, something we're very accustomed to, but Caden McNeil has been the story in the third quarter, had a big-time run to set up Lake Station, who did not score on that drive, but then also had a big play to end the third quarter to get them now in enemy territory.
They put McNeil in motion. That was a good snap. It was just Parker mishandled it. He's trying to take off, and he gets hit hard out of bounds by the line of scrimmage. Looked like possibly Elder was the one that laid the wood down as Parker fell out of bounds. Maybe an inch or there gained, if anything. Still about 2nd and 10 for Lake Station.
Yeah, this River Forest team overall has just done a great job at really getting to the football, and I keep kind of saying that, but they're not really giving up on plays, and there are a lot of guys are flying out there, putting a hat on the football, and tackling very, very well.
2nd and 10. McNeil working to his left, and Parker is going to follow McNeil to that far side. He stops going to his right. There's a bunch of gold helmets as they pick up Parker and slow him down. They got 6 yards there. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Look at that. I'm seeing even a little bit more sportsmanship kind of in the tussle over there. What has gotten into these teams? We love it here. But, yes, everybody flying to the ball. Once again, bending it back in, stringing that play out, and, letting your linebackers kind of scrape down and find their way to the football. Again, they're doing it's hard to kind of stop a player like David Parker, but you could definitely contain him. And that's what River Forest has done here so far through 3 quarters and some change.
3rd and 6 from the River Forest 29-yard line. And there's nowhere to go for Parker. He's just going to go up the middle, and Hawkins, the big man, gets the tackle. It looked like a miscommunication there between Parker and Alderson. Parker being helped up to his feet. And the big question here, is this 4-down territory, the way that River Forest just moved on their last drive?
That's a really good question. I think I would like to try and punt this one away. You got a lot of time left. I think you got all the timeouts in your back pocket. Yes, you do. But if they don't get this, you set up River Forest, it's a tough call here. I would prefer to punt it. We can only wait and see.
Looks like Lake Station is going to roll the dice. Parker was going to throw, but flag being thrown, this will be offsides. Now I agree with you here, Mike. This is punting territory. You don't have a play for 4th and 12.
No, I wouldn't say so. And at 4th and 7, you got to look at the analytics, right? I don't know how much we have access to us in terms of the analytics here, but that's kind of one of those plays where it's a coin flip. But how much do you trust your offense? And hasn't really passed the ball too much.
And Lake Station is going to burn one of their timeouts.
So, no, you think of that, and, they might be trying to go burn a timeout here. You don't even, just kind of out of the blue. Wasn't a play clock winding down or anything, but now, if they're going forward here, from what we've seen before, they're going to roll Parker out, kind of disguising that run.
But the thing, too, Mike, is that we've only seen one pass completion, 2 pass completions
Yeah.
by Lake Station. And I know this is a team that's been trying to get their offensive passing game going, but they only had 2 completions last week. They only have 2 completions this week.
Yeah.
So do you have a passing play on 4th and 12 to even convert it? Because if you don't get it here and you give River Forest even more momentum because they stopped you again, they could go down the field and put the metaphorical nail in the coffin on
Sure.
you.
No, it's a good question, but I mean, when you're burning this time out, I'd like to say you have something in your back pocket. You're not going to kind of sit back and punt this. At least we don't think so.
The thing is, too, is do you let Parker go with it, your best player, who's been keying in all game?
Yeah.
You try to find it to McNeil, who's had some pretty long rushing plays.
Well, looks like they got some schemed up here, Andrew.
And it's always hard to tell if Parker's going to throw it or punt it.
Yeah.
Because Parker is also the punter. The Swiss Army knife for the Eagles does a bit of everything. The 4 linebackers stacking the box. Parker moves up, and they're going to throw. Parker dropping back. Here comes the pressure. Parker throwing off his back foot, and this is going to lead to an interception for River Forest. A good return. That was intercepted by Darius Thompson, his 2nd of the game.
Pressure was on Parker there, just kind of threw it up there, an arm punt, if you will, but a great return. If he didn't shake, he could have shook off one more tackle. It might have cribbed that, but nonetheless, River Forest takes over. The momentum just keeps going in favor of the home team. And like you said, now you get the ball back, you force another turnover, and now a real chance here, Andrew, to keep up the trend and maybe walk away with a comeback victory in this rivalry game.
River Forest on their last drive started on their own 3 back-to-back rushing plays, 72 yards and 25 yards for a 97-yard drive to give them the lead. And we'll see if they stick to that run attack that worked. They are going to run it. And Thompson spins off a defender. Thompson spins off another defender. He's putting everyone through the rinse cycle, and he falls forward to the 40. Troy Thompson put the team on his back. And he has a 4-season mechanical first down.
He has changed this game, Andrew. He's
Drastically.
been the lead guy. I mean, they're finally, kind of resorting to running the football. We've seen them throw the ball a fair amount, and now they're kind of resorting to, all right, let's run this inside zone, and let's test, these quick hitters, and let's test this linebacking core at Lake Station. Right now, it's been all River Forest here in the second half. A great adjustment, putting together some big-time drives, some key big-time plays, and obviously, with the lead in their back pocket, the clock is their friend here, Andrew.
Troy Thompson spamming that B button, spinning off everyone as an RPO, quick completion to Malave. Malave going down the sideline, and River Forest can do no wrong offensively. Back-to-back 4-season mechanical first down plays.
3 straight runs, and then you built in that RPO where, again, now everyone wants to crowd the box. They're thinking run, throw it to the outside, get it to your receiver in space, let him make a man miss and pick up another first down. Well-executed plays there for the Ingots.
20-yard gain. They're in the red zone again. 12-6. River Forest has a chance to put this game away. Their defense can stay strong. Thompson trying to find a hole. He's staying behind his defenders. He's going to go to the outside, and finally, Lake Station is able to get to him and slow him down. It takes a pile-up to push him back. Maybe a yard was gained, if any, for Troy Thompson. But you look at the patient running there.
These players are laying it all on the line. We're seeing players, obviously, great job by Lake Station and River Forest as well to, string that play out and give their all efforts. But all these players are taking a long time to get up off of the ground. You're kind of noticing this now in the fourth quarter. I mean, there are just so many snaps these kids are playing. I mean, these guys they're making us tired up here. I could only imagine. It's impressive what they're doing. And obviously, this is the money quarter, Andrew. This is when games are won and lost.
Elder is in the game. He had a 25-yard rushing touchdown. They're going to give it to Elder. He had a big hole to go through. Elder taking some Eagles with him. And he might have gotten the first down. Might be just a little short, and they're going to say he's just short. 3rd and 1 coming up. Lake Station needs to stop badly.
No, yeah, but they are just gashing them now. The rushing attack has came alive here in the second half. It was something they really did not do a whole lot, but all of a sudden now you're mixing in 2 backs, keeping guys fresh, and you're seeing a lot of hands on hips for this Lake Station defense that has a lot of guys going both ways.
And you and I talked about which team was going to be more well-conditioned, might win the game due to all the mistakes. And right now it's looking like, and Harris taking it himself after the read option. Harris reaches out, and Harris finds the end zone. Touchdown, River Forest. And there's a flag being thrown after the play.
I think the touchdown should count. A designed run there for Harris. Looks like we've got a Lake Station Eagle down, hoping he's okay, but a designed run there on the touchdown. And River Forest has put together a rushing clinic against this tired Lake Station defense.
I haven't seen what that flag is. It was thrown after the play, so the touchdown will stand. It might be one of those pesky personal foul penalties after the play that we've seen so many tonight.
Yeah, it might be, I think, initial on Lake Station, or excuse me, on River Forest. Looks like that's number 4 there.
And it is going to be on River Forest.
Looks like the player that was down for Lake Station is up.
And that's Devion Henry, who had the interception earlier.
One of the bigger plays of the ball game at first half that featured 7 turnovers. And believe it or not, Andrew, I'm trying to jinx us a lot, but I don't think we have any turnovers.
Good thing there's a lot of wood around us.
Right?
You're superstitious.
We are knocking. But they are doing a River Forest especially. I mean, this is a tale of two halves for the hosting Its. I mean, they have put together more complimentary football. Defense has looked great. And the offense especially, they've mixed in a couple passes, but more so in the rushing attack, something didn't really do in the first half.
Right now the score is 18-6. And both times that River Forest has scored a touchdown,